Hello. Okay.
Uh,
Are you?
yeah, I'm fine. Do you see whenever I go live, it takes me like a minute or two to get everything set up. Uh, but there's no way to do it. I have to hit the live button first and then I have to set everything up. There's no way around that, unfortunately. So it's just gonna take just a wee minute, and then once I get this all set up, we can start the tier. But while we're waiting, Mark, is there any tier list you want to do in particular, like video games or movies, or do you not mind?
I do not care.
Right, okay. There's Jel. Jel, you said you wanted to take part as well. Would you find a video game one? Would you find a video game tier list easier or a movie tier list easier? So,
Oh, I don't know.
I'm guessing she'll find the movie one easier because she probably hasn't played as much games as us, I would
I
say.
really don't know. I have a hard time choosing things.
Right. Right. Now I just need to remember what to do here. I just need to advertise the stream so anyone who hasn't seen it, anyone who doesn't know about it yet, can see it. Um, it's annoying the way you have to do. It'd be good if you could just do this before I go live, but fuck it. Oh no, it doesn't matter. Self promote. Uh, let's see.
I saw a funny tier list where it was Sonic, and Sonic ranking Sonic games.
I seen that, but I didn't click on it. I had to click on it then since you said it was funny. I've been watching loads of them. I've been addicted to them for some reason. It's like something about listening to Donald Trump, Joe Biden, and Barack Obama, just commenting about like really commenting about stuff that's seen as quite nerdy that we like.
Sleepy Joe, you're a fucking idiot. Fuck you, you orange man.
Is that all you can say, Joe? Fuck you. Fuck you. Videos like that.
Alright, gentlemen, that's enough.
You know, Barack Obama's like the straight man of the group. Sleepy Joe's like the clueless one, and Donald Trump's like the provocative one usually. Uh, so yeah, they're quite funny. So they are. They're quite recent. A lot of those videos have only started taking off in the past few weeks. It's probably.
There's just too many channels, that's the problem.
I think it's because the technology's just become popular. Right. So you don't mind, Jelbean? Right, I can get rid of this coming soon screen here. Uh, well, Jel, if you want to take part, you know you can cut if your place is quiet, you can come on the voice chat. It's not a problem if it's easier for you. Um, I'll just play songs. Just gonna play a wee bit of background music here.
Yes, come my dear.
That's a wee bit loud. Hold on. I'll do.
Hello.
Hey, Jill. Right. So you can see the screen, can't you? So there's like a bunch of video game franchises. Would you feel comfortable talking about these, or are these completely alien to you? On
Mm, well, I mean, there's some on there I know, but I don't know all of them. You probably know more than me.
I mean, I don't. Oh, there's Warden as well. I didn't notice he was there. But
Hi.
hi Warden. You'd be able to talk about some of them, wouldn't you?
Yeah, probably. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. Do you want to take part as well, Warden?
Would you like to fill us in on what we're talking about here?
All right. Yeah. So it's just a tier list. So um, well, pretty much, I'll put like one in, and then I'll say has anybody played it, and then we'll talk about. Mark will go, oh, this is masterpiece, and then I'll go, nah, this is rubbish, and then we'll sort of debate with each other why, and then we'll take an average. It'll make more sense now we actually start doing it.
I've seen YouTubers do this before,
Yeah,
where they've done something similar to this.
yeah. Uh, Trying to see if I can turn down that music anymore. Might just have to turn the music off if it's being too loud.
I
Right.
can't even hear the music.
Well, that's because you're on the voice chat. Um,
Yeah.
Anyway, do you want to get started then?
Whenever you're ready.
Or would you find it easier to do movies? Because I don't know how much of these you would. Because we could be going through a lot of
I
these.
don't know what do you have for a movie list.
Alright,
Do
hold on.
You had a
British
movie
movie.
list?
Say that again, Warden.
Do British movies just to throw it off.
No, not do that. Hold on.
No, don't. Mark will get everyone right.
No, I will not.
Alright, so let's see what we have here. Best movies ever. So just click this. No, the problem is I don't know most of these. You know what? We'll do the game.
I wouldn't know either.
We'll do the gaming one, and we'll just see how we go.
Yeah.
Alright. So who has played Street Fighter? I know Mark's played it. Have you played it, Warden?
I haven't played it.
One I played the most of Street Fighter 2, the World Warrior,
Yeah.
and I played Street Fighter 4.
Yeah. So these are Street Fighter. This is the series, so we're not talking about specific games. We're talking about the series. So what would you put it into? You can see the list on the screen. It goes from masterpiece all the way down to trash. Like, what would you put Street Fighter?
Mine, I can't see the list because I'm on my phone because I'm at work. So
All right. So say 1 to 5 or 1 to 5 roughly. Where would you put it?
what's best? One best or five best?
5's the best. Yeah.
I'll probably put C's right in the middle.
3. I've only played Street Fighter 4s on the 3DS with Marky Boy, so I thought it was quite good. I'm not very good at fighting games, so but yeah, there's like a whole cast of colorful characters. You can play as like this big green Hulk guy. You can play as Stretch Armstrong who spits fire. You can play as like a big robot. Mark, what's your thoughts?
First game is absolute garbage. Second is a classic, but just like you, I am also terrible at fighting games. Never played the third game. I've only played the fourth game on my DS, and it's not too bad.
Yeah.
So I would give it an average fair
Yeah.
experience.
Yeah. There's actually, I told Warden to rate it out of 5, but there's actually 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. They actually, what the hell is that?
Oh, sorry, that's my husband's phone.
Turn his phone off, Jill. It's not like you. It's not like you're the one who's gonna answer it.
We're Dr. Otaku.
This. Oh, for God's sake! Here he comes to spoil the day. There's 7 categories here, so they actually ranking it out of 7. Maybe I should get rid of 2 of these just to make it a bit easier.
So you got masterpiece, very good.
I'll just get rid of 2 of these, so it's out of 5. Warden rated it. You haven't played any of these games, have you, Jill? The Street Fighter games.
Street Fighter, no.
Right, I'm gonna say it's very good, but because of both of you give it a 3 out of 5, we're gonna put it in good. Okay, so Red Dead. I've played Red Dead 2 and I hated the gameplay, but I loved the story. Has anybody else played Red Dead?
I've not, but I've done everything in my power to avoid that game like the plague.
Marky Boy, have you played it?
I've played the zombie version. I thought it was a fine enough game.
Yeah. Well, that was.
It was a wee bit challenging.
Yeah. Although that's like a side game. That's not the main game.
In terms of main games, no.
Yeah. I honestly didn't like it. I'm gonna put it as a 2 out of 5. I wasn't really too fussed on it. But
get a lot of dislikes for that.
my review, I give it a bad score, and surprisingly nobody give me shit about it.
It's basically Wild West GTA, isn't it?
Yeah, but it's very, very slow. GTA's faster than it. Red Dead, you're waiting for animations and things like that. I really don't like it. My brother loves it and I hate it. So, but we'll just move on since I was the only one that played it. Halo. I think Halo's quite a good series. Halo 2's my favorite. You know, I don't think it's as good as what people on the internet say it is, but I think it's a pretty good. I give it a 4 to 5. You know, playing as Master Chief and all the different guns, the human guns, the alien guns, uh, sticky grenades, and then you have Johnson with like the cigar in his mouth, being the life of the party. You know, it's a pretty solid series. Uh, Anyone else want to talk about it?
Yeah,
I've never played it.
I was quite a fan of the multiplayer in my business. A lot of Halo 3 on multiplayer. I was shit at it.
Yeah.
The only particular problem I had with playing Halo multiplayer is I was used to playing fast-paced FPS shooters, and I found Halo to be quite slow.
Yeah. Halo is quite slow. It is so. Go ahead, sorry.
And for me, the Halo 4 campaign was my favorite.
Warden, your phone or whatever is getting really muffled.
He's cutting off. I'm just trying to make out like keywords that he's coming out with. I got the general idea of what he said.
That's where I'm kind of slightly in the wilderness here.
I can make out the keywords of what you're saying, so it's okay. Gel, sorry, I can just translate for you because he's cutting off.
Okay.
Yeah, he's pretty much just saying
Yeah.
gameplay slow, and there's something about the campaign, but Halo 4 campaign. But say that part again. Sorry.
The Halo 4 campaign is my favorite.
I thought you were crystal clear there. Yeah, I thought it was pretty good. I suppose the only thing that would stop me from giving it a top mark is I like sort of puzzles and shit, but that's kind of my problem. Marky boy, you've played Halo. What's your thoughts?
I love the original Xbox games, the first two ones, those ones I pretty much grew up with at the time. They were pretty much different types of first-person shooters that I had played, and I still adore them. And for that, I would give it a very good. But if I had played probably a bit more than the others, my ranking would probably be a bit lower.
Right. So what are we giving it out of 5?
I'll give it a 4.
What about you, Warden?
You must have missed that. I did say 4 out of 5.
Oh, I missed it. Yeah, 4 to 5. Yeah, we all agree on that. Grand Theft Auto. I only played the 5th one because when I was a kid, my parents wouldn't let me play it. It's probably because I'm too old to play it now. But I just think it's okay. Another like 4 to 5. There's nothing really special about it to me. But if I had been a teenager or a kid, I probably would have loved this series. But it's a decent game, but it's nothing out of this world for me. And the multiplayer is rubbish because the online takes far too long. The single player's alright. I give it a 4 to 5. Anyone else?
Yeah, I would probably be the same. When I played GTA, apart from Vice City Stories and Chinatown Wars.
You don't like those two?
I've not played those two.
Alright. Mark, have you played GTA?
I have played Vice City. It is fun, but it has been dated a lot. Plus, I've no idea where the hell you're supposed to go or what to do. I even played the original on the PlayStation 1. Did not like it, so I will give it a generous 2. If I played any of the more modern ones, I'm sure my ranking would be higher.
Right. Well, me and Warden both give it a 4. So we'll just majority.
Vice City, Mark. You obviously didn't explore enough.
A lot of people like to just mess about in Grand Theft Auto, so.
See, the only thing I will agree with Mark there is the last mission in Vice City is quite hard to trigger because you need to have got certain properties and completed their assets in order to trigger the final mission.
Yeah, I never played the game, so I can't comment.
That is good.
Yeah, maybe I'll play it one day. But we'll move on here. Mass Effect. Mass Effect's like another 4 to 5 game for me. It's okay. It drags a wee bit at times. But it's decent enough. It's like a space shooter where you go about shooting aliens. You pick a class and you have to stick with it, uh, which can be kind of shit because you miss out on some of the power ups. And there's like a lot of talking, but I usually skip all the talking because it bores me. Anyone else play this one? The Mass Effect series?
No.
I played Mass Effect 1 for 5 minutes and went, fuck that, I'll never play it since.
So what would you give it out of 5?
1. It's not just rank, but it's also probably how many true minutes I put into the game.
Right. I would give it a 4. Marky boy, you haven't played this, have you?
Nope.
Right.
Nope.
We'll give it a. Well, it's between a 2 or a 3. I suppose I'll give it a 3. We can change it if whatever. Finally, we get to one that Jelbean's probably played, The Sims. Jel, you there? Jel. Oh, she's away. You know what? We'll skip The Sims and we'll wait. Whenever Jel comes back, we'll talk about The Sims. Castlevania.
I can say I've played Lords of Shadow. I played that for 5 days.
Did you like it?
I never ever finished it. It was alright. It was actually the first game I played on the PS3.
Yeah.
I would probably give it a 3 out of 5.
Yeah, I only played the PlayStation 1 game. I streamed it, and some person kept trying to give me directions, and I couldn't make sense of them. So, I think a 3's a good score for it. I hear a wee bit of static in the background. Never mind. Resident Evil. I actually like Resident Evil quite a lot. I would give it a 5 out of 5 because Resident Evil 1 and Resident Evil 4, I like the puzzles. I like having to conserve your ammo to shoot the zombies. Resident Evil 1, you were like exploring this mansion, and Resident Evil 4, you were like, I don't know what country it was in, Spain or somewhere, like running around the country just fighting these like mutant people.
Los Luminados.
Yeah, I actually, it's one of my favorite game franchises, so I would give it a 5. What about you, Warden?
One thing I want to ask you, when you mentioned Resident Evil 1, I think you need to be more specific because there's original and then there's the remake.
Oh, I never played the original. I meant the remake.
Oh, the remake's one of the best games that I've ever done.
Yeah.
And it's probably the most knowledgeable one for me. But in terms of Resident Evil as a whole, I think the only one I've not really played is 6, and I've not played 8 yet. But I got put off 6. My mates told me to give it a wide berth. They said it was terrible.
Yeah, I heard
that. I played 5. Yeah, it was alright. It wasn't as good as 4. 4 was just a game in its own world, and I'm looking forward to playing the remake. To be fair, I don't think 4 needed a remake.
Yeah.
If I'm honest, the remakes of 2, I've not played the remake in Nemesis actually, but the remake of 2 was very good as well. I liked how they did that. The fact that the zombies could actually respawn was quite a good thing because it gave being in an apocalyptic Raccoon City a more of a realistic feel.
Yeah, it's more challenging.
And one of the reasons I like 4 is because I just like randomly shouting the dialogue out that the enemies shout.
Yeah.
And then you've got the cult dudes in the castle. Oi, Who the fuck is he trying to spell?
What's that?
I don't know what it is. My mate Spee can translate it because he's a fluent speaker of Spanish.
Yeah.
That's what I usually call him, an El Twato, but that's a different story.
Yeah.
But one of the good things with Resident Evil as well is it had quite a good rivalry back in the day with Silent Hill, albeit Silent Hill is psychological horror.
Yeah.
But Resident Evil is more survival horror.
Yeah.
Manage supplies. And one of the things I liked about the remake of the first one is you could use a lot more.
Right. You're cutting out, Warden. Here.
And saying one thing I liked about the first remake was they had a mod where item boxes weren't networked, so you couldn't put something away in one item box and get it out of another. You could go back to that item box to get it.
Mhm.
But yeah, it's a solid 5 for me.
Yeah. Mark, what do you think? Sorry, Warden. Mark, what do you think?
I could have done that in half the time, but carry on.
Oh yeah. Mark, what do you think of the game? Because I know you played it, Resident Evil.
I love Resident Evil, man. Even the games I haven't played, for some reason, I would probably enjoy them.
What game's your favorite, and what do you like about it?
It is split between 4 and 2.
What do you like about them?
2, the atmosphere. 4, pretty much everything.
Yeah. Just what we were saying. So a 5 out of 5. Then we're all happy with that.
Yes.
Yeah, fair enough. The next one here, the King of Fighters. I never played it. Has anyone played it?
No, I've not even heard that.
Mark, have you played it? No.
No.
I'll just put it. Never played it, and probably never will. Mortal Kombat. I never played it.
Yeah, this is more my territory for fighting games.
Yeah, I don't know if Mark's played it or not.
Played the original.
Yeah.
Very dated, obviously, but I'll probably take it over Street Fighter any day.
All right, Warden, what do you think?
Ironically, Mark, you said, played the original, you sounded a lot like Liu Kang.
Who's Liu Kang?
I was a massive Mortal Kombat fan back in the day. The last one I played was Mortal Kombat 1. And I like the graphics details compared to Street Fighter for Mortal Kombat are night and day.
Yeah.
Especially if you get the whole X-ray effect and you just see the bones breaking.
Yeah.
There's nothing more satisfying than that, and the whole fatality and brutality thing is good as well.
Yeah.
And then the classic Liu Kang's bicycle kick.
Mhm. Yeah. So what would you rate it out of 5 then?
I would go 5 out of 5, definitely.
Marky boy, what do you think?
2.
Right, I'm gonna meet you in the middle. We'll give it a 4. Let's see. Right, moving on. I've never played Battlefield. Has anyone else played it?
Yeah, so I played a few other games. I played Battlefield 1942, which is a good version of just quite fun. I played Battlefield Bad Company 2, which was a good game. I played Battlefield 3. I went to midnight lunch for that actually. It was a good game. Battlefield 4 was also good. Hardline was weird. That was more like a spin-off, but it was kind of like a heist type Battlefield.
Yeah.
And I played Battlefield 1. That's as far as I went with the games.
So what would you rate it then?
When I say 1, I mean the Battlefield 1 that was based on World War 1.
Yeah.
So I'll do the games 4 out of 5.
You kind of cut out there. What did you give it? Sorry.
5.
I can't make you out, Warden, to be honest.
It's not static noise.
I try speaking again.
Hold 4 out of 5.
I heard it now. Right, okay, 4 to 5, good. Right, Medal of Honor. I think the PlayStation One games are pretty good. Um, I played them. Medal of Honor Rising Sun and Medal of Honor Frontline are pretty good games. Um, the one on the Wii is good, but the colors in it are atrocious. Um, but on the PlayStation One, you had the really good puzzles. Um, yeah, and the bad guys were actually quite clever as well. Like they would kick the grenades back at you, and their animations were pretty advanced for the PlayStation One, and and the environments were unique as well. And then you played Rising Sun co-op. Do you remember we played Rising Sun co-op, Mark, and Medal of Honor?
Briefly.
And it was kind of like a comedy because like you destroyed a box with a grenade, and then a smaller box appeared, and you destroyed that, and a little trophy came out. But that was really fun. You started on a cruise, and you had to fight your way out and get on these turrets. So I thought that was pretty good. Later Medal of Honor games were not as good, so I'd probably give the series a 3 because it goes downhill in the second half. Um, have you played
Well,
Medal?
that is though, don't you? Because Call of Duty was on the rise when the later Medal of Honors were coming out, so there was no way they were going to top the rise of Call of Duty. That's the only reason why.
Yeah, but the early
But
games are pretty good.
I just make a point about Medal of Honor.
Yeah,
If you've not played Allied Assault yet,
I haven't.
you have not lived. I actually tried to stream that today, but my EA account was being a dick, so I ended up streaming Tomb Raider fucking 2.
Yeah,
But yeah, Medal of Honor Allied Assault is a fucking great game. But keep an eye on my Discord because that will be the next game I stream when I get it working.
right. Have to check that out. So would we give it a 4 to 5 then?
For that game, I did play a bit of Frontline, but for me it wasn't the same as Allied Assault.
Yeah.
So that would probably stop me giving it a perfect 5.
Aye.
But for Allied Assault alone, perfect 5.
But rating it as a whole, the series.
Yeah, I know you're rating as a. That's what I'm saying. Because I've only played day 2 games, because Frontline for me wasn't as good as Allied Assault, it would stop it being a perfect 5.
Yeah. Aye, so four's good enough then. Well, since you brought up Call of Duty, we'll talk about that next.
God.
The ones I've played is Modern Warfare 1, Black Ops 3, Cold War. I think those are only 3 I've played. I played Warzone. Modern Warfare 1 had a pretty good story. I don't remember exactly. Black Ops 3 isn't as good as I remember. The shooting felt very cheap. But the zombies mode was fun. And then Cold War zombies mode was good fun. The way you had to research it all. And the story was actually pretty good in Cold War, but it was very, very short. But it had things like stealth missions, and it was quite varied. So I'd probably give Call of Duty a 4. What are your thoughts, Warden?
Right, well, I've played a good amount of Call of Duty games. First one I played was Call of Duty 2. Used to play multiplayer with my college mates with the old rifle mod. It was good fun. Played the campaign. The campaign was decent. The only 2 Call of Duty campaigns I've played is that one and Advanced Warfare, the one with Kevin Spacey. Very good campaign.
Shitty character. Kevin Spacey.
Yeah, I know. Enjoyed every minute of the campaign. I think the route that the games have gone down, though, have made it very off-putting. For me, the first Black Ops was the top of the slope, and I don't think any other Call of Duty game, apart from Call of Duty 4 Modern Warfare, have come close to being as good as the first Black Ops. It's like it's went down a slope and never quite recovered.
Yeah.
Mind you, Warzone, on the other hand, albeit it's a battle royale, was one of my most hated games until I started playing Rebirth, Resurgence.
Yeah.
I found it more enjoyable because you could respawn for a bit of time, provided you survived for more than 15 seconds
Yeah.
from the last death.
Yeah.
So it was worthwhile, but I think because it's never quite hit the heights Black Ops 1 for me, it's going to be a 3 out of 5 as a series.
I'll stick it in 3 because the 4 to 5 is getting a wee bit congested, so stick it in 3 out of 5. Let's see. Bayonetta. I think Bayonetta's overrated, but I do like it. It's like your, a button masher. Oh, sorry, I forgot to check if Marky Boy, you've played Call of Duty. Marky Boy.
Zombies.
Yeah.
Really?
Oh, that's right. What would you give it?
Probably would have did at least a 3 at the time, but nowadays I'm just sick and tired of first-person shooters.
Alright, so you give it a 2, so it evens out. I forgot to ask you about Medal of Honor, Mark. So that.
Same thing. Any first-person shooter, I'm just going to give it at least a 1 or a 2, with the exception of Halo.
Right, so we're gonna have to drag Medal of Honor down a slot because of Mark's low score. So it's a 3 out of 5 on the scale. That's it. Go ahead.
Dragging that down based on the genre of game rather than the game series itself. So, that's, no pun intended, a grey area.
And actually, I'll put it back to a 4 because Mark told me Medal of Honor was his favorite shooter on the PlayStation 1. So we'll drag it back up to a 4 then. We'll move on here to we're getting to the good stuff here. The Legend of Zelda. 5 out of 5. I think we can all agree 5 out of 5.
I was going to say, do you really want to get started?
Yeah, like, do we really need to talk about it because it's such a legendary franchise? Should we
You'll
just...
not get a better until Tears of the Kingdom comes out on the 12th of May. You'll not get a better game than Breath of the Wild. End of discussion.
Yeah. All right. Well, we all agree, so we'll just move on here to Metroid. Another 5 out of 5 for me.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. I don't think they're not really Mark's type of games, Mark. You would find them a bit boring, but I think you and me, Warren, I think they're our cup of tea of the puzzles and the shooting, the blaster.
Oh, the remaster Metroid Prime on the Switch is phenomenal. No, it's not, because it's a first-person shooter. I don't like those games anymore.
I was surprised when I found out Metroid wasn't that popular in terms of sales. Like, that caught me off guard when I found that out. So hopefully that'll change because it's a pretty good series.
See the other controversy, none of the GameCube staff get credited. I just said in the credits based on the original work for the Nintendo game.
Lazy gets.
Yeah.
Oh well. 5 out of 5.
Actually, Super Metroid.
Yeah. So we'll move on here to Super Mario. So I assume Super Mario include the 3D games? Like Super Mario, I would do Super Mario Galaxy, the 2D and the 3D games. You just give it a 5 because there's just so many of them. Like the Super 3D.
I don't think there's a bad Super Mario game out there. The one that I do find the most annoying is Sunshine because it's high difficult.
It's a wee bit clunky, isn't it?
A bit clunky, but Christ.
Have you played, the Ferris wheel? No, it's the pachinko machine one. That's like so difficult. You have to play
the fucking pinball machine.
Yeah.
That's a complete dick. Who fucking invented that level?
I could never beat that one because it was just so clunky. Like you can't even.
Actually, my GameCube controller must have seen quite a few hard surfaces trying to get through that.
Yeah. I did like whenever you had to race against the mystery man in the hat.
Shadow Mario.
No, not Shadow Mario. No, the other fella. You go into the watermelon level.
El Pantismo.
Yeah. I liked racing against him. They should bring him back. But Mark, what do you think of the Mario games?
I prefer the console versions over the handhelds.
What would you give the series as a whole?
Oh, definitely 5.
Aye. Well, we'll move on here then. There's Lego. I'm not really a fan of the Lego games. I always thought they were too easy, even as a kid. Like you just kind of breeze through it, and you sort of hold a button to build things. It was never really for me. Does anybody like them?
The only Lego games I've played is Lego Harry Potter. And I was going to crack a joke there and say it to start with. It looks quite complicated, but you get the hang of it and start to piece it together.
Yeah, good pun. So do you like it then?
3 out of 5.
I'm gonna give it a 2 out of 5. Mark, Mark, have you played a Lego game?
Played Lego Star Wars. It's fun.
Or would you give it out of 5?
I'll give it a 3.
Alright, so you both say 3. Anything else you want to talk about, Mark, before we move on to the next one? No. Here's one of your favorites, Warden. Dark Souls. I only played the first one.
The fucking door for me, thank you.
I only played the first one. I thought it was pretty good. Like you have to be quite strategic of the combat. The only thing I don't like is, do you know whenever you go into like the place that you need to buy, do you know the light upgrade, so you can see in the cave? That's the only bit I don't like, but aside from that, it's a pretty fun game.
Hold on, run that by me again.
Do you know at the start of the game you go in the graveyard and then you run into like this cave and it's dark?
The catacombs, yes.
Yeah.
There's on the left hand side, yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, carry on.
Well, like I think there was one time I spent ages in the game and I didn't have the light upgrade, and then I got trapped in the catacombs and I couldn't backtrack. And then I tried to progress and I couldn't do it, so then it just ended up rage quitting.
When you say I'm confused by the light upgrade part, because there's 6 necromancers in the catacombs, and one of them guarantees a drop of the skull lantern, which helps you see through the Tomb of Giants, which is the area after the catacombs. But you don't do the Tomb of Giants until near the end, when you're going for the Lord Souls, because Gravelord Nito's got one of the Lord Souls, who's the boss of the Tomb of Giants. However, if you don't find the Skull Lantern in the catacombs, if you do the first kind of section of the Tomb of Giants, albeit it's pitch black, you'll come across Patches, the two-faced backstabbing bastard, kicks you into a ditch, you get the Skull Lantern there.
Yeah. So I take it you would rate the series a 5 then?
Without a shadow of a doubt.
Yeah.
Any Soulsborne game gets a 5.
Yeah.
Any Soulsborne game gets a 5. The only one that I will not play is Sekiro, because I'm not a fan of Japanese samurai stuff.
That game actually looks quite cool to me. I might play it one day.
No, it does, but I'm not a Japanese samurai. It's one of the reasons I hated the Onimusha games.
Yeah, I never played them, so I can't say.
But of course, the best Souls game out is Elden Ring by a country mile.
Yeah.
That game will take some beating for game fucking decade.
Yeah. Well, I'll give it a 5 out of 5 as well. So I'll even.
Yeah.
I didn't like that bit, but aside from that, the rest of it was pretty top notch. What else do we have here? We have Sonic. I'm actually a big fan of Sonic. So the 3D games and the 2D games aren't bad either. We're very different Sonic fans, you and me, Warden. I like a lot of the 3D stuff. You like a lot of the 2D stuff.
I'm more 2D than 3D Sonic.
Yeah. I know you like Sonic 2. I actually like Sonic 1, even though a lot of people don't like it. I like
The first trilogy of Sonic Knuckles, I'm golden with their games, especially when you stream them.
yeah.
Because you literally feed me the fuel that I need for the fire to roast your ass every time you do not get a Chaos Emerald.
I know, that's true. I like my two favorite levels in Sonic 1 are Labyrinth Zone and Marble Zone. People hate. I thought they were fun. I thought they were a change of pace. So
Yeah, I mean, Labyrinth Zone's alright to a degree.
it's
But
pretty.
if you're going for the emeralds, it's the worst fucking zone to get to end with 50 rings because of the fucking spikes.
Yeah. And
Especially when you're underwater and you're slow-mo jumping because you're underwater, and one prangs you in the fucking ass when you try to jump over it.
yeah, it's the prettiest level in the game though. I think Labyrinth Zone. Marky boy, what do you think of Sonic 1?
Is a little. I have the problems with it. But I have a Crash one good, but it just doesn't have the upgrades the sequels have.
I did it.
That's literally, you've not played Sonic Origins yet.
No.
Okay, so Sonic Origins fixes all that stuff, I assume.
See in Sonic Origins, you can spin dash in Sonic 1.
Alright, so they've just fixed a lot of the stuff that they didn't have back then.
The special stages are also in 60 FPS as well, so they don't fucking turn gradually.
I like that. I like that. Whenever the turn gradually and you could strategize your next move.
Oh, trust me, it's far better to get in Origins.
It's probably me with my nostalgia goggles on there. But is there anything you can talk about Sonic 2 and 3? Although it's very similar to the first game, gameplay wise. I mean, there's not really much you can say, is there?
Nah, the only downside to Sonic 2 is every time you get over 50 rings with 7 emeralds and you jumped, you became supersonic regardless. But they fixed that in the Origins version. You had to actually jump in midair to turn into supersonic.
Yeah.
And what would happen is, say if you completed Act 1 of a level,
Yeah.
and you jumped through the kind of end post thing, you
Yeah.
would turn supersonic and the game would freeze.
Right.
Because Sonic obviously clears the screen entirely, but you would be stuck walking in the air.
Yeah.
And sometimes you'd get it where you're not far enough for it to bring Sonic go past Act 1, and it would freeze your game.
So that's all fixed. That
Yeah,
is.
that doesn't happen in the Origins version.
Yeah. That's good. Now me and Mark are going to talk about the 3D games quickly. The 3D games are hit and miss. Sonic Adventure 1 and 2 and Generations are the best ones. And then I like Sonic Unleashed as well. And then some of the other games are not so great. Like the new game Sonic Frontiers that came out, I think it's quite boring. Mark, what do you think? What do you think of the 3D Sonic games?
Well, if you had asked me this question 10 years ago, I obviously would have said Sonic Adventure 2 would be my favourite, but since I have pretty much played that game
The death.
for a million bloody times, I'm kind of actually already sick of it.
Well, but the fact you played it a million times means it's quality.
Yes. But then
Yeah.
when I finally got to play Sonic Adventure 1, I'm like, oh, wait, there's actually a little bit more in that one.
Yeah, the music's there's like more variety in music, more different characters. You can play as different styles. Running, treasure hunting, shooting, fishing. I some of the games are a wee bit rubbish though. Like Frontiers felt very soulless to me, it's like an open world, but it's like if anyone's played Genshin Impact, it's just like they just throw a bunch of shit on the map, and they say go fetch. It's just not interesting to me at all.
Do not mention Genshin Impact in front of me, please.
I didn't know your history of it.
Complete Breath of the Wild rip-off.
Yeah, well, that's what it feels like. It just feels like a rip-off of another game, a Ubisoft
But
game.
can I just reveal something Mark said there? He's played Sonic Adventure 2 over 1 million bloody times and he's pretty much sick of it.
Yeah.
If you play a game 1 million times and you're sick of it, then during that 1 to 1 million times there's something you've not done right to get sick of it. And the reason I'm saying that is because I am the world champion of finding every game from my childhood repetitive and never boring.
I know. I'm trying to figure out what to rate the Sonic series because half the games are great and half the games are mediocre. So
why don't you split it into two? Why don't you do the 2D Sonic's as one series and the 3Ds as another series?
the problem is we only have one icon. There's no second icon of Sonic, so I can only put it in one category.
So you take an average for both sides and you just make that the overall vote.
Yeah. Well, the great games would be a 5, and the average games, I'd say a 3. So then it averages out as a 4 for me.
Well, of course, the great games are going to be a 5. You're not going to call them great games and give them fucking 1, are you?
Yeah, that's true.
Now, for me, the 2D games, I would probably do a 4 out of 5. And I have played some of the 3D stuff, but because I was too used to the 2D stuff, I couldn't get into the 3D, so it would be a 2 out of 5 for me. So take an average out of that would be split in the middle for the entire series. So I would give the entire series a 3. So do it the same one between you two, and that'll give you a fair overall rating for the for everything.
I just said mine, so mine was 5 for the great games and 3 for the mediocre games. So then it averages out as a 4 for me.
Right.
Marky boy.
4 for 2D and 3 for free.
Alright, so that's gonna be a bit more difficult. So I don't know whether to rate it a 3 or 4 in the chart.
Well, here's a way to do it, Mark. What do you prefer, 2D or 3D?
2D.
Right, well, take his 2D rating then.
So that was a 4, I think he said.
Yes.
Okay, I'll leave it at 4 then.
You always go with the lead role.
Yeah. So next is Super Smash Bros. 5 out of 5 for me. I've never played a bad Smash Bros. Game.
You played Ultimate.
I've played all of them except Ultimate.
Well, Ultimate is hands down the best because it's got every Smash Bros. Character in the game from all the games. Like everyone that's been through for the 64 right through to the Wii U. Because when they had Brawl, they obviously had Snake in that, and they dropped Snake in Smash Bros. U. Well, Snake is in Smash Bros. Ultimate. All the characters in Ultimate. So, yeah.
Yeah, it's like an amazing party game. If you have like loads of people around, you can just have everyone can have fun, even people who aren't really that good at video games. I think it's a 5 out of 5. I think we can all agree on that.
Yeah, 100%.
Marky boy.
Indeed.
Marky, what do you any thoughts on it in the game?
Well, I've only played the first 3, but the first one
that's enough.
Just yeah.
Second one.
I'm starting to wonder if Gels went into cardiac arrest or something. She's like completely missing this chat.
She's like, oh, this chat's too nerdy. I don't want to go back. But
it's not just that. She didn't even say that she was leaving.
Well, she wrote on the text chat, "I will be back. I make a run to the store." And then I forgot you couldn't see the chat, so I didn't say anything. But she sent that half an hour ago.
she's obviously fucking walking backwards and she's not running.
Yeah, she's not. If she comes
Anyway,
back, when she comes back, we'll cover series that she's done. Alright, so we'll just give that a 5 out of 5 and move on to the next one. Pokemon. Pokemon's a wee bit hit and miss for me. The first game, in my opinion, hasn't aged well. The only ones I like are 2, 3, and 4, the generations. So that's Pokemon Gold, Pokemon Ruby, and Pokemon Diamond. Those are the only ones I think are great, and the rest of them I'm not really fussed on, to be honest.
For me, I obviously was a huge fan of Red, Blue, and Yellow, the Game Boy ones.
Yeah.
Especially when you watch a speedrun of Pokemon Blue and the registered Pokemon League champion Pokemon is only an Abra. It's actually pretty funny.
He glitches all the way to the finals and the
There's Dora one in Cycle Routes and he appears at the fucking end of the game.
Mm-hmm.
I was like, nice one, fucking translocator. But anyway, after that, I never really went into Pokemon route because I kind of related it to kids stuff. And when I was in my teens, I'm like, I'm not really kind of Pokemon material, but
yeah,
I never really realised that you could carry on liking the games growing up. I think it's just because I was too much with thinking of the TV series at the time. But
yeah,
the only one I did play was Ruby, the Game Boy Advance, which I really enjoyed. And I have played the newer ones, not Arceus or whatever it's called, but and the new ones is it Scarlet and something else.
Scarlet and Violet.
But Sword and Shield were good to play. I like the whole Gigantamax thing.
Yeah.
You could literally turn your Pokemon fucking huge. The whole animation, with the Pokeball literally looking like this fucking humongous disco ball, and just making you fucking. When you look at a Gigantamax Machamp,
yeah,
you think to yourself, wow, the only creature that can take 4 breaks whilst having a chug. Uses 4 arms.
Yeah.
It does look quite terrifying, and the fact that you can catch one in the wild as well at a certain time of the day,
yeah,
which I didn't know, and I was raging when I fucking discovered that after I spent ages catching a Gigantamax one. The whole kind of area where you do these sort of Gigantamax raids with other players, Sword and Shield, they really done a good job. The graphics as well, it was your typical anime, and you know me, I'm not an anime fan, but with Pokemon,
yeah,
the actual colours really vibrant. The graphics were pretty. Oh, I was just talking about you there, Jay. I thought you'd maybe slipped into a coma.
yeah.
No, I had to make a run to the store for some dinner.
I like how you typed it in the stream chat, which I cannot see.
Well, I didn't want to interrupt your talking, so I just typed back. I didn't want to interrupt you.
Anyway.
Whoa, you didn't want to interrupt me.
Right.
You're meant to be, just in case I cut out, translating me. Right. Deeply offended.
Like I said, I didn't want to interrupt your talking, so I just typed it in.
Women translate me. I should be deeply offended. Since it's you, I'll give you the night off.
Oh, jeez.
Anyway, carry on.
Yeah. Well, the thing I have a problem with the Pokemon games is they're very slow at the start. They over-explain everything, and the games are just too easy as well. I like a challenge, so I would give the series a 3. What about you, Warden?
4 for me, like, especially, see how I was talking about the Game Boy ones, I used to enjoy calling the rival, like, a rude name, because it was just funny coming up, like, it was, the best one that I did was I actually called the rival fanny pad. The gel, just for the record. Now, I know that the F word I said means something different over there because you have the term fanny pack. But
Oh, I know what it is.
we call them bum bags. But for us Brits, that F word is a slang term for lady parts. So when I was playing Pokemon and I would get challenged with a rival and it would come up saying fanny pad wants to fight, it made it quite funny.
Yeah.
Anyway, carry on.
Marky boy, what do you think of the Pokemon series?
Oddly enough, I kind of like everything except for the actual bloody games.
Right, so what would you give the games out of 5, Mark, or 1?
Well, it'd be that harsh because I will admit, there are some games that are decent to me. Like, I kind of actually prefer the spin-offs, or like Pokemon Stadium, Pokemon Snap, and
Yeah.
some of the GameCube games wasn't too bad, in all honesty. It's just the actual handheld ones that I just find a bit just too repetitive for me.
I know what you mean. It can get a wee bit repetitive. So, Mark, we need a score, buddy.
Just
yeah.
give it,
Well, me too, there's a fucking hedgehog. Sorry.
Marky boy, score.
just give it a 2.
Right, so we'll average it out at a 3 because I assume Jelbean hasn't played Pokemon.
No, I haven't played any.
Right, Gel, I see it.
Good anime, I'm ashamed of it.
I've
What do you
seen.
say?
No, I don't say anything.
He says because you watched the anime and he was ashamed.
Not say a word, didn't put words in my mouth.
Well, I was gonna.
Anime, I'm ashamed of you.
Right, moving on. I saved some for Jelbean here. I assume you've played The Sims, Gel?
No, I've watched people play it, but I've never played it myself.
Okay, I know you've played Minecraft.
Yeah.
Right, so tell us about Minecraft, what you like about it and what you don't like about it.
I don't know what I don't like, but I mean, I like that, I can build like certain things, but like I just kind of do like a copy, so it's really not building. But like in Minecraft, there's what are those called? Like not dungeon. What's another word?
House. I don't know.
I can't think of it, but abandoned mines. There we go.
The mines.
Whenever I see abandoned mines, I like messing around in there, like playing in there and stuff. It's kind of fun.
Yeah.
You like messing around the times. I did the thing with your teenagers were like.
But she's just going to find like abandoned buildings and just like to building things in them and stuff.
Yeah, so it's yeah.
You kind of
You keep muffling in and out, so I don't know what you just said, Warden. What do you say?
I said sorry, I'm being an evil bastard tonight.
Oh.
It's okay, don't worry about
it.
Go on, Jill.
So I would just give Minecraft like a mid for a rating, I guess.
Yeah.
I'd give it
I didn't like it, to be honest. Not my type of game, but I don't feel comfortable rating it because it's not my type of game. I know I seen Warden's comment on Discord saying he never played it, and I know Mark hasn't played it, so.
No, listen. I played Minecraft when it released. I've not played it for a long time, so to know how to copy and paste something, I don't know.
Yeah.
Oh.
We'll just put it as mid then, since it's been so long since you've played it, Warden. Right, we'll move on here. Jelbean, I know you've played Forza.
The only Forza I've played recently is the Forza 4. Any other Forza games I have not played.
Have you played enough of it to talk about it?
Yeah, I mean, I really like it so far. The graphics are really good on it.
They're quite realistic.
Yeah, they really are. I'm still like a noob at it, so I'm learning whatnot. Yep. But I just need to figure out. It keeps freaking what's the word? It keeps freezing up on me, so I'm not sure exactly what to do about that. But I do really like the game,
Yeah.
and like I said, the graphics are really good on it. So I would rate that probably like a good to very good.
We'll put it in good because you haven't finished it yet. Right. I don't know if there's any other games here that Jill. I'm trying to pick out like ones that I think that Jillbean's played, but I can't really.
I played Final Fantasy. I don't know what Final Fantasy that's on there. But
It's
I
just
played
a
a Final
series.
Fantasy.
It's just talking about a series in general, so you can talk. What do you think of
So
Final Fantasy?
I played the online Final Fantasy. I like it. I mean, I liked it because like the graphics on that was pretty good too. But like when it comes to like RPGs,
Yeah.
it's hard for me because I can't seem to keep the characters alive.
Yeah.
But
Fair enough.
who's got the static? Is that still Warden?
And I don't know. It could be Warden or Mark. I don't know which one.
Mike's the only one that's lighting up with the stack.
I couldn't really hear that, Warden.
Yeah, I didn't hear what he said.
Because
Something about Mark, I think.
no, I'm saying, Joe, you're talking about playing Final Fantasy Online. Please, for the love of God, tell me you said that out of Kale's earshot.
I just said that.
You said that. Oh, he fucking spoke about.
Yeah.
No, I said I like it. I said graphics are good. I said
Not
that
getting
I'm
women.
what?
You're not getting the joke, woman.
Oh.
I think he just means that Kale. It'll make Kale come over and just start talking for ages.
Thank you.
Yeah. But there is someone else who has definitely played Final Fantasy. Marky Boy.
7, my favorite game of all time. So fuck it, just put it in 5.
I would, but to be honest,
We'll
I
give-
can't
we'll
even.
give it a good.
I can't even find the icon. To be honest with you, I don't even know where Jelbean's seen that icon because I can't even find it.
What Final Fantasy? It's
Yeah.
up there.
Is it up near the
It's
top?
like it's like the very
Oh,
top.
I see it. I see it now. I see it now. Right. I played 10 minutes of it and I got
It's
confused.
just in general, any Final Fantasy in general.
Right. So Warden, have you played Final Fantasy?
Yeah.
What ones have you played?
7. Played a spin-off when it's Ned called Mystic Quest.
Did you like it? What do you think of the series?
Didn't complete that game millions of times, so I think down to the series, I'm going to be a 3 out of 5 because I couldn't really follow them as such.
Yeah. So what would you give it then, the series?
I just said that 3 out of 5.
Oh, sorry, I didn't hear you. Well, Jill and Mark give it a 5, so I may just leave it in 5 because of those two. Jill, is there any other games there that you've played in this list that you can see here?
Oh, I played a Need for Speed. I don't remember which one, but I played a Need for Speed.
I think it was.
I liked it.
We talked about this. I think it was Need for Speed Underground that you played.
Oh yeah, all the undergrounds I like because the graphics were really good and because I like racing games in general.
Yeah,
So
I can't
I
find
like
it. Where'd you see that?
It is one. I think it's in the 1, 2, 3, 4, fifth.
Fifth.
Wait, fifth row.
1, 2, 3,
1,
4, 5.
2, 3, 4. Fourth row.
Oh, see, I find it.
There you
Right.
go.
So
Speed.
Need for Speed. I played Underground 1 and 2. The thing of Underground 1 is it's very repetitive of the levels. They rehash a lot of the levels, but the gameplay is quite fun. You're racing against 3 other people. You can do a circuit. You can do a sprint. You can do like a drift competition. You can do like a gear changing competition. But the best one I played is Need for Speed Most Wanted because it's an open world. It's like GTA, only I think it's better. And the cars look amazing. But that was the first game I got on my PlayStation 3. Anyone else want to talk about Need for Speed? I can't really make you out, Warden.
Yeah.
I'm saying they've never appealed to me, never played them, never will.
Alright, fair enough. Marky Boy?
No, I see one racing game. I've seen them all.
Alright, so this is me and Gel rating this one. I would give it a 4 of the series. I only played the old ones. I can't comment on the new games. Gel?
Yeah, I've not played the newest Need for Speed that's out, so I can't really rate that. But anywhere between the mid to good.
I'll just say very good because I can only remember the old ones. Gels, any others on this list that you've played?
Let's see. Well, Spyro, obviously, I played that. I haven't played it like in a long time. But
Right,
I
we'll
liked
talk about
it.
Spyro then. The Spyro trilogy, playing it as an adult, it's very easy, but
Choose your words carefully, dickhead.
it's very easy, but the gameplay is fun. Collecting the gems, the
Yeah.
the environments, even on the PlayStation One, the environments look amazing. They're very colorful, and the art design is unique. Um, some there is some levels in Spyro 2, I think, that are challenging. You know, the like the flying ones and stuff.
Yeah.
But
The flying ones are very challenging. Yeah.
yeah, if it was like more difficult, it'd be one of my favorite series of all time. But
Mm,
as a kid, I absolutely loved it.
yeah.
Warden, what do you think? You're cutting out, Warden.
I heard something about 6.
I noticed it was cutting out. I'm saying, I hope you weren't trying to play a side game of avoid asking the fanatic.
All right, Marky Boy.
I'm gonna.
Me,
Don't take the piss. I was just a
You said you did not. You said not to ask you.
No, I was hoping you weren't playing a game called Avoid the Fanatic. I'm just a way to answer your question.
All right, okay. Answer the question. Then.
Now, from the original trilogy on PlayStation 1, yeah, you're right, it wasn't very challenging as such.
Yeah.
However, I do think with the Reignited trilogy, the fly mechanics are a bit fucked up
Yeah.
because in the original, you could literally dive and then pull yourself up quick. You can't do that
Mm-hmm.
on remaster the Reignited trilogy, and it makes it for a very difficult, frustrating time.
Yeah.
Moving on to the PlayStation 2 titles,
A bit hit and miss.
That was probably the hardest one I've played. A Hero's Tale, nah, the
Oh, it's very difficult.
title is as such, and for the love of God, whoever thought the Legend of Spyro was a good idea needs a knife through the flipping heart.
Aww.
You did remind me. Do you know the Reignited trilogy? The graphics are amazing on it. The first game is actually my favorite because it just looks really pretty, and it's just pure gameplay. There's no mini games or anything. It's just pure Spyro. So the first game I thought was amazing. I would rate the series as a whole a 4 because on the PlayStation 2 and the Wii, the series goes downhill, but the PlayStation 1 games are amazing. What do you think? Do you agree, Warren?
I would go with the same, only because, like I say, like the better the graphics and what have you, the more the game starts to suffer for me. But with the exception of the Reignited trilogy, because of the fact that they put skill points in all 3 games and not just the second and third,
Yeah.
they actually put skill points in the first game. It kind of gives you something extra to go for, albeit it doesn't go towards your final percentage at 120%. It's
Just
still a good little extra that you can go for because you actually get a list of what skill points to do and then go and try and get them.
it's just a bit of fun, sort of.
Yeah, but I thought it nice for the series, and I do hope because we've had new Crash Bandicoot games that we'll maybe get a new Spyro.
Aye, that'd be pretty good if we. I think we need one. I certainly would like to play it.
Yeah.
Marky boy.
For me, Spyro only exists on the PlayStation 1, and that's it.
What about the remake?
Remake's fine, but there's just PS1 graphics. They just have that charm to them.
Yeah, that's fair enough. Anything else you want to add before I go to jail?
Oh, just sticking 4 for me.
All right, jail.
Well, didn't I already pretty much give my comment on Spyro?
You.
We want your rating, woman.
Oh, my rating?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'd probably give it like a very good, I guess. Very good to a good.
Yeah. I will give it a 4 to 5 then. All right, jail. Anything else on that list that you've played?
Crash Bandicoot.
Okay, I'll get Crash Bandicoot.
That's
As an adult, I like Crash Bandicoot more than Spyro now.
Yeah,
The-
that's a fun game. I like it. I like because there's some of them have like a racing in it, and because like I just said, like I like racing games. So I like
Yeah.
sometimes when they add in like the racing ones and that one.
Yeah.
I liked it.
The Crash trilogy is amazing. The first game was too difficult for me, but I think I hope they fixed it in the remake. I never played the remake.
It's much more fun.
Yeah.
I
Um.
found it after movement in the first game on the PlayStation a bit lackluster
Yeah.
compared to
I know what you mean.
the Crash is constantly walking about with his face fucking tripping him as well. Which is ironic because on the front cover of the PS1 game he's smiling, but in the game he's fucking no smiling.
I know. False advertising. But I actually think the third game is the best out of the trilogy. I know lots of people say the second one is, but I thought the third one was good. Contrary to what I said about Spyro, I like the variety in Crash 3. I like the water levels. I just like the mixture of everything. You know, the speed boating and all that there, and the power ups.
In the Insane Trilogy, the underwater levels are so fucking breathtaking with the 3D looking graphics.
Did you just stop whenever Jill being yawned?
I'm sorry.
You all know the big feature of Crash Bandicoot 3 is the left.
Yeah.
It's the title screen. Crash Bandicoot.
It's pretty awesome how it is. And another, I think I'm probably the only person on the internet whose favorite Crash Bandicoot game is Crash Bash.
I don't think I've played that one.
It's Mark knows that this is my favorite game. It's like a party game. It's like Mario Party, but it's better. Yeah.
Crash Bandicoot. Quite fun to play. Me and my mate speed played that.
The internet hates it for some reason, but I thought it was amazing. And you can play co-op in the mini games. It's like
One thing I liked about the Insane Trilogy as well is the fact that you can actually select to play as Coco on any level.
Yeah, that's pretty cool.
That was quite a good feature, and they added the new level Future Tense as well. But when they first brought the Insane Trilogy out, you could only play Future Tense if you get the 105% completion. But now you can play it anytime you want.
Yeah, that's good. Get that. That was the level they thought was too hard, wasn't it? So then they put it in the game, in the remake.
Yeah, it's meant to be kind of like that sort of a final challenge level, but nothing will beat the difficulty of the darker side of the moon on Mario Odyssey.
Oh well, you should have talked about that. Now we were talking about Super Mario.
I didn't want to get started though because we'd have probably still been talking about it at this fucking point.
Probably. But there's one Crash game we haven't talked about yet, and that's Jelby mentioned it. It's Crash Team Racing.
Brilliant. Kart was good as well, the PlayStation 2 and GameCube one.
I like it better than Mario Kart. I think it's better.
Well, see the thing though with these kind of racing games is they're all unique in their own way, and this new Disney one that's coming out looks absolutely shit fucking hot.
Yeah, I know they've done a lot of battle royale, not battle royales, like Smash Bros clones of these characters. So now
Yeah,
they're doing it with kart racers.
The remaster the Crash Team Racing's good as well because the fact that you can customize your skins. I literally go about playing as a blue Crash like somebody's choked him to death.
Zombie Crash.
No, I mean that usually it's like proper blue Crash, like somebody's fucking set off a paint bomb in a porta cabin when he's went in to take a shit. You just come out all fucking blue.
I know the remake you can get like a load of skins on your characters.
Yeah, made it better. Good to play. And not just that, the fact that I am one of the best players of that game as well.
You one of the top ranks?
Not officially. I'm just being an egotistical fuck. Alright.
That's like me with Mario Kart. I'm one of the best Mario Kart players. I even have a world record in one of the stages. But enough about that.
Challenging indeed.
Yeah, one day we'll play Mario Kart together. But
it's a Donkey Kong bitch.
Yeah. Hopefully they'll bring it to PC. That would be very convenient.
Is that if I mentioned Donkey Kong? Is that on your list?
Donkey Kong. Let me see.
If it's no, you need fucking help.
Well, in my defense, I didn't make this list. This is just a list I found.
Alright, your defense is accepted.
I can't see Donkey Kong on the list, but
fucking help.
Whoever made this list, they have loads of other stuff on them. Jill, is there anything else you want to talk about Crash Bandicoot?
No, that's about it.
That's okay.
I would rate it a good. As far as rating wise, I would rate it a good.
Right, okay. Warden, what's your rating?
For Crash, 5 out of 5.
Yeah. For me, a lot of the Crash games are good, but then some of the later ones are just not quite as good. But I think it's still 5 because there is so many good games for Crash. Marky boy?
Oh, where do I begin?
From the beginning.
Well, just like Spiral, I believe Crash should only exist on the PlayStation 1, nothing else. However, I'm being a bit of a hypocrite at that because there actually are some PlayStation 2 Crash games that I like.
That's true.
I have a soft spot for Rafa Cortex, not only because it was the first PlayStation 2 game I had, but it was the first Crash game I ever played too.
I like Rafa Cortex as well. It's like Crash Bandicoot Warped. Not quite as good, but still pretty good.
On that note, Mark, did you not find the loading screens on Wrath of Cortex on PlayStation 2 were horrendously fucking long?
The GameCube version's better.
Yeah, I actually found the GameCube version the really shortened it. But see, the biggest problem with the PS2 version, right? I don't know if you ever remember, some of the games on the PlayStation had a purple base disc, and the slightest of fucking marks on them, it would stop working.
That's news to me.
So fucking bad. And Wrath of Cortex was a purple base disc, and I remember I had 2 copies of it, and both of them didn't work because they were immaculate. But any other game on my PlayStation 2 worked fine, but anyway, a purple base disc just did not work at all. And that was frustrating. I think I get 1 day of Wrath of Cortex on PlayStation 2, and I could never play it again after that. But on the GameCube, completely different. I know they had it on the original Xbox as well, but I just want to backfire Mark's comment saying that Crash should only exist on the PlayStation 1. I'm gonna home run you right to the fucking court here, because the fact that I play Crash on the Nintendo Switch, to be able to play Crash Bandicoot game anywhere, anytime, any place, even on the shitter,
I think
You know,
Mark forgot about Crash 4 on the new
I've
consoles.
actually not, I've actually not played Crash 4 yet, but I'm not using that to change my rank because my wife has played it and she thinks highly of it.
Yeah. So I think 5 out of 5 is good for Crash.
Yeah.
Um, Marky boy, you forgot about Crash Twin Sanity, the game you lent me back in the day.
Yeah, I didn't mind. I don't mind Twin Sanity. It was different, and it was creative for what it was. But yeah, at the end of the day, you just can't beat the warp worm. The warp room.
Aye, fair enough. So we'll rate it 5 out of 5 then. Okay.
Yes.
Jel, any other games you've played in this list?
Can you go down a little bit more?
Yeah, sure.
He's looking to recognise games that were free on the Epic Game Store.
No. No.
No. If you played Monster
I mean,
Rancher?
there's Tetris, but did I play what?
Monster Rancher?
No.
Alright.
I mean, there was Tetris, but I don't really have a whole lot to say on Tetris other than the fact that I was pretty.
Well, let's talk about
I liked it.
Tetris.
Okay. Just because I liked it a lot. I mean, it was just something different, and I was quite hooked on it because I liked Tetris a lot. So
Yeah.
it was very hookable.
I haven't really played Tetris, but I've played Columns, which is very
Hold on a
similar.
second, General. You were hooked on something that requires you to do line, you fucking drugger.
I liked Tetris. I was quite hooked on the game.
Nah, you kind of go wrong with Tetris, especially on the Switch with the Game Boy games, which is the highest rated one. Is available on more than I can say about Tetris 90 fucking 9 because that is horrendously bad because it's the battle royale Tetris.
Did they get rid of that one? Is that one still going, or did they take that one down?
So is Pac-Man 99.
Yeah. Everybody's played Tetris. You just match the blocks essentially with the colors. It's fun. It's quite basic, but it's fun.
No, you have to make lines. You don't match any colors.
Oh yeah, I'm getting mixed up.
Dr. Robotic Machine and Dr. Mario.
Yeah, I got mixed up there. Yeah, you're right.
Yeah.
You have to match.
Just while I mentioned the games, did any of you play? Any of you when you was on the PlayStation 1? Did you ever collect the demo discs?
I did it for the original Xbox.
No, I'm talking about the PS1.
No.
Say you could get demo discs that were unnumbered, right? I think it was demo disc 42 had a game on it called Super Bob Yarrows.
Okay.
It wasn't a demo; it was an actual full game, and it's the only place you can actually play it is on that disc. I was just wondering if any of you have played that.
No, never heard of it.
I think you're alone in that, Warden.
No, see the next viewing party that I do, Annie's actually bothered to show up on it, except with the exception of Jill, because she's the only one that's really been there. I will actually bring it up on YouTube and I'll show you it. It's literally so much fucking fun. It's the ideal 2-player tournament game, and it's kind of like your Bonnie's Mean Bean Machine and your Dr. Mario kind of thing, matching the colours and then taking them all away, spilling them onto the other player's screen to completely fucking screw them over. It's good fun. I was just asking that on the off chance, but nice viewing party I do on Discord. I'll be sure to get it on YouTube and show you that because I think it was made by a firm called Net Yarrows, but it was never really published on any console, but they made it available on that specific demo disc, and it was the only demo disc that I owned on PlayStation 1, and honestly, I even went down the length of buying it off eBay just so I could play Super Bob in my later life. But anyway, carry on.
Well, I was just gonna say for that stream you should have the title "Rare Game" or a game that people don't know about. Might get you some extra views.
I don't think I would be able to get it
Yeah,
in terms of emulation, because then if I could, I'd put it on the little console,
yeah,
and then I'd be fucking Larry, you know?
yeah. Fair enough.
Larry.
Well, back to Tetris. It's okay. It's simple. I've never like loved the game, but I think it's okay. I give it a 3 out of 5. It does what it says on the tin. Essentially, it'll keep you entertained for 10 minutes before you go to your doctor's appointment or whatever. Anyone else want to talk about it?
I'd give it a good.
I give it a good as well. What about you, Warden?
I'm the same. You can never go wrong with Tetris, because it's one of the games you can actually play
Yeah.
to, like, just to kind of chill yourself out. It's not too strenuous.
Even my parents could play Tetris. Not saying something.
I was just about to say that. I don't know if you're actually making a compliment there, or if you're doing some kind of like disguised put down.
Well, you know what, like that generation of people, like they don't really play games. You know what I mean? But anyway, we're forgetting about somebody, Mr. Mark. Mr. Mark? Mark? Is Mark gone?
Where'd he go?
Very good. My wife killed him.
There he is.
Is he back? Mark, you there?
So,
Alright, we'll just put it in good then.
I
Moving on. Jill, any other games here that you've played?
I think that's about it.
Hold on, there might be
an
more at the
idiot.
bottom here. Well, I can tell one that you have played here, Space Invaders.
Nope. I have not. Oh,
What?
I played Rayman. I see Rayman on there.
Where's
But
Ray-
Yeah, Space Invaders I've not played.
Where's Rayman at?
It's the second to last in the row. Second
Uh,
to last row.
let me see.
All the way
here.
down the bottom.
Oh, I see it
Yeah.
now. I see it now. Alright, I'll drag it up to the top here. I played the old Rayman games on the Game Boy Color, or was it Game Boy Advance? I don't remember which one it was. Yeah, they're 2D platformers. Rayman throws his limbs at people. It's pretty standard. Like you run from one side to the other collecting lums, breaking up cages. Mark has very fond memories of Rayman Origins. He would beg me to play it with him each day. We would play as a team and go through all the levels. And Mark would love to collect, the little coins. Do you know the way, like in Mario games, you have to collect the free coins? It was like that.
There was a 2-player on that one?
In Rayman Origins, yeah, there was.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah. It was okay for me. I never. I thought it was okay, nothing special, but it's a decent game. I only played the 2D ones. But I would give it a 3 out of 5 as a series. Jail.
Yeah, I would give it a good, because I've only played it on the PC and then I streamed it, so that's like the only time I played it is when I streamed it on the PC. So I would give it a good, because I really liked it.
Yeah. Warden, what do you think?
I'm not a Rayman player, to be honest with you.
Yeah. Fair enough. Mark's still not here.
Space Invaders though.
Right. Well, we're gonna try and find one that Jelbean's played here. Is there any on that list, Jel, that you've played?
Oh, I see Tomb Raider. Tomb Raider was pretty good too.
Tomb Raider. Let me see if I can find that. Where's that at? Oh, see it? I can see it. It's okay. I find it. Right. I'm gonna be the odd one out here because I never really played Tomb Raider. So I'm gonna use this opportunity to go to the toilet, and then you two can talk about it. So I'll be back in a wee minute, and hopefully Mark will come back. Right, see you in a bit.
Alright. I don't really have a lot to say about it. I just liked it because I don't know. I just liked it. You played some, didn't you, Warden? Didn't you play Tomb Raider?
I was streaming Tomb Raider 2 on my
Yeah.
stream today, actually. Yeah, but
Oh,
for
okay.
me, it's the older ones. The newer ones are, nah, not for me. Like,
Hmm? Did he cut out?
can you hear me?
There you are.
Uh,
I can hear you
there's a
now.
fact-
I thought you cut out there.
I did this because I started my van.
Ah, okay.
But it's going to be the older Tomb Raiders for me, not the newer ones.
Yeah. I don't think I played any more of the newer ones. Is there a new one out?
That I'm not too sure.
Oh, okay.
I think the very recent one's Shadow of the Tomb Raider, isn't it?
Oh.
I think that's the most recent one.
Right, I'm back.
Alright, welcome back.
Did you agree on a rating or anything like that for Tomb Raider?
Oh, we haven't got to the rating yet. We were just talking about it.
Alright, I'll continue.
It was a. Oh.
Is that your phone, Jill?
No, that wasn't me.
Was it Warden? Or could it be Mr. Mark?
Possibly.
He's being very quiet. Mark, I think you're. Hold on, I'm gonna disconnect you, Mark, and reconnect you because I'm not hearing any volume for you. Hold on. There's the disconnect. I can't find it. I can't find the disconnect. Oh, there it is. Right. Okay, Mark. Hopefully he'll reconnect. I'll sound like a little. Mark reconnect. Hopefully he'll reconnect. While we're waiting on him, what were you saying about Tomb Raider? You don't have to repeat what you said. Just continue where you left off.
Yeah. Well, last thing I think Warden said was he played one of the kind of new ones, but I don't remember what else he said.
I've not played the newer ones. I prefer the older ones.
Oh, okay. That's what it was.
You've played the newer ones, Jill. I remember you streamed
No,
them.
I have not played any of the newer ones. Just the older ones.
Alright. So what would you give it then?
I'd rate it a between a good and a mid. I'd say.
Warden, what do you think?
Probably a good. Probably a good.
Well, I can only speak for the old ones. I would give them 4 out of 5 because they were quite challenging. They weren't the obvious.
Right. Well, I'll have to meet you in the middle then. I'll give it a free just to average it out. Jill, is there any other series here that you've played on this list?
I saw Pac-Man. There was Pac-Man in there somewhere. And that was another game I was quite hooked on.
Pac-Man, I need to find. Well, talk about it while I try to find it here.
I don't know. I was hooked on both like the original, off of like the arcade a lot when I was younger, and then when Pac-Man. I don't remember. It was on the PlayStation. I don't remember what it was called. Anyway, but it had like
Pac-Man 3D World.
I think it was I think it was that one.
Yeah.
It was fun. I was very hooked on that one. I liked it a lot because it was challenging, and
everybody's played the 2D ones, you know, the one in the arcade machines. I don't really need to explain it. You just run from the ghosts, get the special pellet, and then eat the ghosts and get a high score of eating the pellets. The one I like is the one you mentioned, Pac-Man World, because you're in a 3D environment. You get to, what was that? I heard sort of someone in the background there. Anyway, it's pretty good. The power-ups that you get, Um, I remember Pac-Man. I streamed Pac-Man World 2, and it was really challenging. Um,
Mm.
but the series is okay. I give it a 3 out of 5. Um, there's it's not a series that I'm dying to play, but it'd be like a bit of fun. Warden, what do you think?
Well, I can only answer in the traditional you know. No, I mean, the arcade one was quite fun, but it gets boring after a while because it's the same thing. It's just it gets faster and it gets harder.
Yeah, I know what you mean.
No pun intended.
Mm.
Yeah.
Did you play any other ones?
No,
Right. What would you give it out of 5 based on what you played?
3.
I would give it a 3 as well. What do you think, Jill?
Yeah, I'd give it a mid.
Um,
Oh yeah.
I'll put it in mid just because we don't really have many stuff in the mid, so I'll just leave it in mid.
Yeah.
Jill, is there any other games here on this list?
Mm,
I'm surprised you never played Space Invaders.
yeah.
Like it's just like the little alien
Well-
ships coming down. It's 2D and you just shoot the ships.
Yeah, I haven't played any of the other ones except. Well, I mean, I see a Kirby on there, but the only Kirby I've ever played was back on the Game Boy. So I don't really have a whole lot to say about it, really, other than the fact that I just played it on the Game Boy. That's
Y-
down at the very bottom.
You don't really remember it.
Not a whole lot, no. I mean, it was fun for a little while, but it just kind of got old.
Yeah.
So
I've scrolled up
That's
a wee
about
bit. I've scrolled up. Is there anything else?
I've brought the list up.
that's it. There's nothing else that
Jesus.
I've played.
I've brought the list up just to see what catches my eye.
Yeah.
And one of the ones that is catching my eye, in fact, there's a couple actually.
Yeah.
The first one that caught my eye was Dino Crisis.
I never played it, so you'll have to guide us on that one. Do you want to talk about it then?
And the other one that caught my eye was Devil May Cry, which I'm surprised you never brought up actually.
You see, I never played it. I assume it's a lot like Bayonetta. I seen you play it, but I never played it myself.
Devil May Cry.
Yeah.
But good games out.
Warden, I have found Donkey Kong on this list. It is here. I've found it.
Oh, I see
Oh.
it.
Yeah.
It's next to the banjo or whatever.
Yeah. Should we talk about Donkey
I
Kong?
see it next to Banjo Kazooie.
Yeah.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah.
We'll talk about Donkey
I
Kong.
played a lot of Donkey Kong. I was actually streaming Donkey Kong Country yesterday.
I lurked a little bit
Right.
on your stream yesterday. You were playing the Country Returns game. So you were.
No, I wasn't. I was playing the one on the SNES.
What's the name of it? Donkey Kong something.
Donkey Kong Country.
Oh, right, okay. Oh, I got mixed up. The Returns is on the Wii, isn't
Yeah.
it?
It's
got-
called Donkey Kong Country.
I was thinking of the Wii
Yeah.
one. I got mixed up. Anyway, have you played any of the new ones, Warden? Like on the Wii and on the Wii U?
I played Tropical Freeze.
What do you think of it?
It's alright, but I'm gonna get it again and go back to it.
Yeah, I played the one on the Wii. I
it?
actually streamed it at one point. It's not a game I recommend streaming because it's extremely difficult. It's a game. It's a game that's better played alone, I think, just because you need your concentration to play it. But it's a pretty fun game. I tried to. Go ahead, sorry.
There's one particular one that needs an honourable mention, and that's Donkey Kong 64.
I never played it.
It's a good game. It's not just about playing as one character. You've got 5 characters you can play as.
And then you have to collect
each
the banana
character
colors.
Has their own specific golden bananas that only they can get.
Yeah.
Their own specific weapons that they can get.
I know
and
the
they have their own specific abilities to get to certain points and levels. So
Yeah.
it's a good challenge, and it's quite fun.
I know the internet hates that game. I never played it, so I can't comment. But I tried playing co-op
No,
and
I'll be happy when.
go ahead.
I was going to say, I'll be happy when they bring it to the Nintendo Switch library for the 64 game.
Yeah. Yeah, maybe you could stream
Anyway,
it.
carry on.
Well, I was just gonna say, I played Returns on the Wii co-op with Mark, and it was we didn't really get very far, so kind of had to play it by myself. Um, but yeah, it was a pretty fun game. Very very challenging, but I like a challenge. Um, I haven't played enough of it to give it a score, so I think we'll leave the score to you, Warden. What would you give it?
4 out of 5.
4 to 5. Jill, you never played Donkey Kong, did you?
Yeah.
No.
You never played it, right? 4 to 5 sounds good. Um, Let me see if there's a game that me and Warden have played, because Jill says she's never played any of these. Streets of Rage. You played Streets of Rage, didn't you, Warden?
Yeah, the first two anyway.
Yeah.
I've not played the new one yet.
I only played the first one, but I played it. I replayed it so many times.
Aaron, come back to Streets of Rage, right?
Yeah.
I just saw Company of Heroes there.
You want to talk about that first?
I know you've played Company of Heroes.
That's true. You want to talk about that first?
Yeah.
Right. We're gonna bore Jill with this conversation.
Yeah.
Sorry.
You cut out there, Warden. What'd you say?
Yeah, he already said.
I'm saying get Company of Heroes out the road.
I've put it in Masterpiece. 5 out of 5.
Right.
So, shall we talk about it, or?
Easily the best real-time strategy game.
Yeah, it's pretty amazing. You get to control the different. There's like 3 different armies you can control. They're so intricate in their abilities and what you can do with them. It's like really the maps are interesting, and the missions, like all the different strategies you can do, all the different soldiers. And you have to capture land to progress. It's so intricate. Like
in order to gain resources like munitions, fuel, and just standard requisition in order to build more troops, more structures, more vehicles.
Yeah.
And if you do what I do when you play when you play the allies, is just keep getting Sherman Calliope tanks.
I just keep getting the tanks. That's what I do as well.
I'll get the missile barrages on top of them.
The tanks are the best.
Or if you're playing as the Axis,
the Nazis.
You cannot go wrong. You cannot go wrong with Tigers.
Yeah.
Or even the Stu 4 tank, the one that you can get, that you can spawn in. No, the Stug, the one that you can build. I mean the one that you can spawn in. The Stu, the more armored version.
Yeah.
That way a Ranger squad. Boom.
Mm-hmm.
You can't go wrong with that. And see the fact that you can pan the camera as well and give it a more cinematic feel. But you can actually zoom into a building if you've got a machine gun squad occupying. Now, it was actually one thing I tried to do. Is I actually tried to make a mini series, right? And it was following. It was called MG42 Squad, and it was basically following a machine gun squad, and I was doing like dialogue, voices, and that. But I never. It became too much to make, and the reason being is every time I was trying to record a segment for speech, the enemy kept having a fucking sniper. So every time I was trying to do it, the snipers were just unstealthing and one hit killing my fucking troops.
Yeah.
So it became a bit of a difficult thing to produce.
Yeah. I like playing as the American army because I like, the dialogue, where you get like some random guy going, Conrad, tie your fucking laces. You get like other interesting
Yeah.
things that they would say as well. I forget the exact.
The access to pioneers here. What do you want?
I know when I played as.
Defended the fatherland until death.
I know when you played as the Germans, there was one guy who went, fire, kill them all, and then the general go, great, we've got an idiot on our squad. So yeah, it was so complex. 5 out of 5. Don't think anybody's gonna argue that. But shall we talk about Streets of Rage now?
Yeah, Streets of Rage, a nice, easy, non-complex fucking beat 'em up series.
Yeah. You could play co-op in Streets of Rage as well. Like 2 people.
Make for a good laugh as well playing it.
Yeah. I was pretty fun. You could get like you and another person just going from left to right, beating up thugs. Gel, what are you doing? Gel.
Sorry, my cat. I'm sorry.
Right.
God.
Is the cat settled down now? Right.
The cat wants to be up in my face.
Oh. Just try to take control of the situation. You're the master.
Carry on.
I was just gonna say, it's just going from left to right, beating up enemies, and you fight like this big bruiser at the end, you know, and you're gonna unlock power-ups as well, like fire and stuff. If I'm remembering correctly, and you can throw like beer bottles, and it was pretty fun for the time. I'll give it a 4 out of 5. What about you, Warden?
I'm going to say the same, 4 out of 5.
Yeah, it's a pretty good game. Right, now, what other game can we talk about here? Did you play the Batman games?
Is this the Arkham ones?
Yeah.
I've only ever played Arkham Asylum.
Alright, well, maybe that's enough to talk about it then. What do you think of Arkham Asylum?
Mechanics were good, but they were too long for me.
The game was too long?
No, that's what I thought anyway.
Yeah. Oh god, is Otaku here now?
I'm not sure.
Anyway, I'm just gonna keep talking here.
Oh no, I'm not going for that.
Oh, it's Marky boy. Mark, we thought we lost you.
You're plugging my work phone in people. Even then, I'm only number 2. I'm not have access to it. Sorry, I'm talking to my work mate if you're wondering.
Alright, Mark, try talking. If you're on the voice chat, try saying something. Mark, I can't hear you.
I can't hear him very well.
You wrote in your chat, he's having internet issues.
Mark, if you're having internet issues, just disconnect from the voice chat and just speak on the text chat. I have to say, Mark, what do you think of Batman games? See what he says there. Answer on text chat. We can't hear you. Okay. Right. I'm gonna say the Batman games. I thought they were pretty good. Arkham Asylum. That was the one I think where you were in the prison the whole game. The first one. I liked the puzzles in it. I liked all the gadgets that Batman has. As IGN would say, it makes you feel like Batman. Batman games on ZX Spectrum. Interesting take, Mark. That's like a really old console for people who don't know. I thought the Batman games were really, really good. You know, I didn't really like Batman Arkham Knight. I couldn't really get into that one, but the Arkham Asylum and Arkham City were really good. the cutscenes were amazing. The voice acting was amazing. The atmosphere. Just I'd give it a 4 to 5 because I know Warden didn't really like it. I think that's a good score. We'll move on here.
No, it wasn't that I didn't like them. I just thought they went on too long
Aye,
for my liking.
They went on too long, so 4 to 5 I think's a good place to put it. Do you agree, Warden?
Yeah, I agree.
Right, now let's see if I can find another series here. Assassin's Creed. I assume you've played that one?
Leave me out there.
You don't want to talk about that one?
Okay, Assassin's Creed.
Yeah. Let me see if there's another one that we've both played. Star Wars
I've
Battle.
seen Left 4 Dead though.
Left 4 Dead. I played a little bit of Left 4 Dead. Where's Left 4 Dead?
It got up a bit down. It's next to Bravely Default.
Let me see. Bravely Default. I thought I.
It's right centre of your screen at the minute. What I can
Oh
see.
yes. Left 4 Dead. Left 4 Dead. I played it for about 2 hours because I only played co-op. I thought it was pretty good. The people I played it with suddenly didn't want to play it anymore, so that's why I stopped playing it. But I thought it was a pretty good game, 4-player co-op. Killing zombies.
I used to do my tits and see if you played like solo with 3 AIs.
Yeah.
Always one of the AIs had to startle the witch.
It's more of a co-op game, isn't it? It's better played co-op.
You know the enemies that just sit and cry.
Yeah. I think.
Reminds me of Jill when she had a bad day at Walmart. Sorry, Jill. The only thing is she's not got the siren sound run a bit, or when she's like that, you know.
What would you rate it out of 5? Because I don't think I've played it enough to give it a proper score.
No, I would give it a perfect 5 because I can play especially Left 4 Dead 2. I can play Left 4 Dead 2 constantly. That's why I avoid it for long periods of time. Because if I go out fancy playing Left 4 Dead for a bit, I never play it for a bit. I play it for days on end.
Yeah.
I'm like that with Secret of Mana.
I never played Secret of Mana. Have you?
You've no fucking loved it yet.
Have you played Star Fox, Warden?
Surprisingly, as a massive Nintendo fan, no, I haven't.
Have you?
I've only ever played this Fox and Smash. Does that count?
And what? Sorry. Oh, Fox and Smash.
I've only ever played. Yeah,
no.
I've only ever played this Fox and Falco and Smash Bros.
No,
Does that count?
I'm afraid not. What about F-Zero?
Oh yeah, F-Zero. F-Zero was good. I liked the SNES and 64 version.
I only played the GameCube one, and the GameCube one is my favorite racing game ever. I think it's amazing. Just the fast speed. Like you go under the you go under this thing to increase your power boost. The story's pretty funny on the GameCube version. The levels are all unique.
It's quite similar to playing. I don't know if you ever played Fast Racing Neo on the Wii U.
No, I haven't. Oh no, hold on, I have.
Similar.
I played the Wii version of that. I have played that.
Yeah, the one on the Switch is quite good. Path RMX, that's quite good as well.
Yeah, I would rate it a 5 out of 5 just because I love that series. My favorite racing series. What about you, Warden?
I would probably go 4 out of 5.
Yeah. Alright, well, I'll just leave it in 5 out of 5 then, because it's my favorite. Let me see. Starting to lose my voice here. I'm trying to find a game that we've both played here. Have you played Super Monkey Ball? No? Oh, okay. Have you played... I take it you haven't played... Oh no, have you played Fable?
No, but I've been told about the Fable games, eh?
They're pretty amazing. Let me find our one here. Max Payne?
It is. There is actually one series there I'm surprised it's not there, and that's Dawn of War.
God of War, I think God of War is there. I think I've seen it somewhere, but
I've seen God of War. I'm thinking it's a ton of them. The Hammer games.
yeah, I never played God of War, so I can't comment on it. Have you played Banjo Kazooie?
Yeah, I've just seen. No, but I've just seen one that we could probably all talk about.
What's that?
Metal Gear Solid.
You see, I've only played the Metal Gear games, but we'll bring it up here. I only played the ones on the old consoles, the 2D ones.
I've played. The only one that I haven't played is Peace Walker. I've played the first and the remake on the GameCube. I played the second one probably more than any other Metal Gear Solid. But for me, 4 and 5 are just absolutely fucking amazing.
Right. As long as you don't say any spoilers, we're okay.
No, I don't intend saying any spoilers.
Yeah.
Other than I will hopefully get my Snake voice back for a stream one day.
Yeah. I
As
thought.
I said to you last week, it's been a long time since I did the voice. See, I've kind of lost it because I'm still a bit groggy.
Yeah. Well, I only played the 2D games, but I thought they were really good, especially the second one.
Yeah, they actually did that bonus bit in 5. It doesn't spoil nothing, where you actually reenact the killing of Big Boss as Solid
yeah.
Snake.
That's pretty cool. It's very
which is
it's very
actually really
unique,
good.
that fight at the end. So there's all the different things you have to
I've
do.
got to say, see the story of Metal Gear Solid 4, Guns of the Patriots, absolutely brilliant. It follows directly on from 2.
Yeah.
Because Metal Gear Solid 3 is a prequel because you play as Big Boss.
Mm-hmm.
Like kind of back at the start of things.
Yeah.
But 2 and 4 follow. 4 follows on from 2. But honestly, the story of Guns of the Patriots is just wow.
Yeah.
There's no way you can. You would be harsh to even give Metal Gear Solid a 4 out of 5.
Yeah.
It's got to be a perfect 5.
I forgot there is.
It's just
Go ahead.
how things have worked out between Hideo Kojima and Konami that there's not been another Metal Gear Solid.
Yeah. I remember
after Grand Zero and the Phantom Pain.
There is a Metal Gear Solid game I've played. Do you know Revengeance? Do you remember the one that stars the cyborg guy? What's his name? He was in the second game.
Is that no Metal Gear Rising?
Yes, that's what I meant. I thought that game was amazing.
I've not played that one. When you play Raiden because he's a cyborg.
If you like Bayonetta, you'll like that game. I think it's amazing. So it is. Yeah.
Raiden's he's a cyborg. He becomes a cyborg in the 4th one, and that's not even spoiling anything.
Yeah.
There's no spoiler.
The combat, you control the right stick, you slash with the right stick, and it works really, really well. And the boss fights are amazing. The story's amazing.
See what I like about Metal Gear Solid as well, especially the second one. You can do a lot of funny things and generate a lot of funny dialogue.
Yeah.
There's one thing you can do as well, and I'm going to choose my words carefully here. There's a bit where you're rescuing this girl that she's scared of water, and the place is flooding. So she's basically been given the instruction to listen to the heartbeat and count to 100, then open her eyes. Now there's a bit where she becomes exhausted and she ends up falling asleep and lying flat. Well, see if you go into the lying down position and keep tapping up on the D-pad, so it looks wrong.
Yeah.
You actually get a phone call from the woman who saves your game in Metal Gear Solid 2, Rose, and yeah, she uses the 4-letter R word, tells you to stop. You know what in her.
Yeah. Oh Jesus.
That's no word of a lie, and even when you like hide blockers and stuff, you normally see like pictures of sexy Asian women if you if you zoom in to look out at the gaps of the locker, see if you do it up against the pictures, it
Yeah.
makes a kissing noise.
Oh dear.
And even some of the enemy dialogues quite funny as well when you try to subdue them.
Yeah. Jesus.
Usually, it's usually quite funny. What I used to like doing is see after you come across Pliskin, I won't reveal his true identity since you've not played it. If you point your gun at him, he just goes, "I wouldn't do that if I were you." And he points his fucking M40 at you.
Oh Jesus. So it's a 5 out of 5. You know, it's just a very carefully crafted series. Yeah, 5 out of 5. I was just looking here. I've seen a few other ones. Have you played Titanfall?
Yes, I played both.
I played the second one. The second one's story is really good, I think.
Yeah, I was more into the multiplayer side than the campaign.
The multiplayer is pretty good too. You can go into like the different robots. That's what I like.
Yeah.
And you could also like play against the AI as well. So I actually like it better than Apex Legends. I think it should have been popular instead of Apex. Like who the hell doesn't want to be in a big mech? You know? I think my favorite one was the one that could shoot fire, and you could use oil to make like a bigger flame explosion. So I give the games 4 to 5. The story was really good. Each level was unique. You could run on the walls and stuff, and just really really fun. What about you, Warden? What about you, Warden?
I would like Gear Solid 4. I'm actually just having a look at the section that you've got under Never Played, and I'm surprised you've got Portal there.
I played it for 10 minutes at my ex-girlfriend's house. I liked it, but I didn't play it enough to talk about it. But we can rate it now. Do you want to talk about it?
Is it the first game? Was it the first game you played,
No, it was probably the first game, but I only played it for 10 minutes, and I just didn't have time. It wasn't.
I was going to start doing the annoying voice of GLaDOS. Welcome to the Aperture Science Test Chamber production.
There's no reason.
This next test chamber is impossible. Please do not try to solve it.
There's no reason why I didn't play it. It's just I didn't have. I had 10 minutes to play it, and then I got dragged away from it. So that's the only reason I didn't get a chance to play it. What do you think about it, Warden?
Yeah, I would see. The only thing I would bring Portal down for me as a rating is Portal 2 was probably far too long. And they introduced a set of levels in Portal 2 where you had to use paint.
Yeah. To
create surfaces to deploy the portals on, and honestly, it was so fucking annoying to work out. I remember spending ages on this one chamber. I was like, "Fuck, I'm gonna be drawing my old age pension before I fucking solve this."
Yeah. So, what would you give the series then out of 5? Like a 3 or a 4?
I don't understand.
Okay.
Right, the next point. There you go. Sorry, I'm just getting the pieces of my teams. I would score it a perfect 5, but Portal 2 went on too long. Don't get me wrong, it was good.
Yeah.
Like I say, the first game was funny. Like GLaDOS's voice, I would get on your cut, but even the current runs were so funny. They would see you, and then if you went hiding, they would go, "Are you still there? Oh, where did you go?"
Yeah.
And if you knocked them down to the point of shot, they'd be like, then fucking just shut off. That was actually quite funny. So would you put it a 4 out of 5
Yeah.
for me?
All right. That'll do. 4 to 5 it is. Let's see. What else? Have you played Gears of War?
Yeah.
All right, I'll drag that one up then. Gears of War is like your dumb shooting game.
Gears of War.
It's fun.
Gears of War is brilliant. I've not played Gears 5, but I have played the first 4 and I've played Judgment. I quite like Judgment actually because you've got the option of doing declassified missions and making them slightly harder.
Yeah. I've only played the first one. It's like the remake of it. It's your typical shooter you get from A to B. I like games that are like.
Ultimate, the remake of the first one.
Yeah, I'm talking about the Ultimate, the remake.
That is pretty decent, like it.
Yeah. I like games
did
that.
Did you play a third one?
What's that?
Did you play Gears of War 3?
I only played the first one.
Alright, so I can't tell you a funny story then because it would spoil it. It would literally do a big fucking spoiler.
Yeah. I played maybe the reason I don't love the series is because I played co-op with Mark, and he kept dying. Sorry, Mark. But he kept dying, and we had to keep restarting. So that could possibly be why. So I'd give it a 4 to 5. What about you, Warden?
Oh no,
Perfect 5 for you. Well, I'll give it. Is there? I just sort of heard you shouting at somebody there. I didn't really hear what you said.
Oh no, sorry, I was reenacting one of the scenes just because I'm having to drive, so you might hardly hear me.
Yeah. So what would you give it out of 5 then? 5? Did you say?
No, perfect 5.
Right. Well, I would give it a 4, and I assume that Mark will give it a 4, so I'll just have to leave it in 4. Let's see. Have you played? I take it you haven't played Darksiders.
I've played one of them, but I'm not sure what one it was. It was a long time ago.
All right, I'll move on then. You don't really like racing games. Splinter Cell. You play that? Do you play Splinter?
Nah, see, the only Tom Clancy games I've really played, are Ghost Recon and Rainbow Six Siege.
Yeah.
I've not played any of the Splinter Cells though.
Alright, we'll see what else there is here. Dead Space?
Oh, I love the Dead Space games are good, like.
I only
I've
played...
not played the remake of the first one, but I've played the Dead Space trilogy start to finish a couple of times, and they're really, really good. They're one of my favourite horror games. Space horrors, anyway.
Yeah. I've only played, the Wii version? Do you know that it's like a real shooter? And it's co-op.
Yeah.
I played it with Mark. So I liked it. We didn't get very far in it because I think Mark got bored of it. So, but I thought it was fine. I thought the story was quite good. I would have liked to play more of it. But for what I played, I liked of it. Do you want to talk about the games without spoilers, Warden?
Say that again?
Do you want?
I might struggle to hear you because I'm driving my van rattling like fuck.
Do you want to talk about the series without spoilers?
No, other than they're really, really good. I'd probably give them a 4 out of 5.
Alright, I put a 4 to 5. That's good. Let me see here. We'll talk about Space Invaders. I think we skipped that one. We'll talk about Space Invaders now.
Yeah, I wanted to talk about Space Invaders because of the version on the PlayStation and Nintendo 64, which was different from the original arcade you went through. If I'd have streamed it, you go through the planets of the universe, and each planet has 10 levels,
Mm-hmm.
and you can get like special abilities, special weapons, and that.
Yeah. I have only played the original. Do you know the original simple version? So for me, I would,
Yeah.
because of that, I would give it a 2 out of 5, just because I've only played the very simple game. But I assume you like it a bit more than me. Yeah. So I assume you would give it a 3 out of 5 then? Right, okay. Let's see what else there is. Let me see here. Have you played Ape Escape? I can't hear you, Warden. I know one that you have.
No, I haven't.
I know one you have played. You've played Worms.
Oh,
You-
I used to oh, one more.
I played the 3D version of Worms on the Xbox, the demo, and then I played some of the 2D games very briefly. I haven't played it that much, but from what I played, I enjoyed it. Marky Boy, I know you've played it. If you can leave a comment about it. Warden, what do you think about it?
I used to really just play for the angry Scottish boys. Stop this or you're killed.
Nah, he's in the Xbox one as well.
I would say the worst one that in I played on WMD, but the best one, the two best ones I'll correct that for me are Worms Armageddon and Worms World Party HD.
Yeah.
Worms Rumble, on the other hand, is a different fucking kettle of fish.
Mhm.
Worms Rumble is like playing a fucking 2D side-scrolling shooter. There's no fucking worms. The worms just happen to be there.
Yeah. Mark says Worms is only fun when Warden was hosting. I thought it was okay. I would give the series a 3 out of 5, just because I haven't played enough of it. But from what I have played, I enjoyed it. You know, like playing against your friends, like strategizing how to get rid of all their worms. It's pretty fun, but I don't really have anybody to play it with, so I give it a 3 out of 5. What about you, Warden? What would your score be on Worms? 4. Right. I'll have to give it a 3 because Mark gave it a poor score on the text chat, so we'll have to give it a 3. Let's see, what else do we have here? Have you played Tekken?
I played some
I've
Tekken.
only ever played Tekken 3.
Oh, look, Jelbean's played this one as well. That's going to be interesting.
Played Tekken.
What one did you play, Jel?
Fucking son your full beam
He's talking to the traffic.
I played Tekken 2 and I do believe Tekken 3. I liked it because it was, it's like a fighting game, and I liked the fighting game, so it was fun.
Who's your favorite character?
I didn't really have a favorite. I just like playing.
I always like playing as Yoshimitsu, the guy in the armor, because you do like that.
Okay,
You do that twirly thing with the sword, and then he'd fall over. He was my favorite character. My second favorite was King, because he had like a lion's head, and then you could also play as like a bear. You could play as like this big guy called Jack, who was only 3 years old because he was a robot. Who else could you play as? There was Paul with his big hair. And then There was Jin. Jin was the main character. Um,
Oh,
but
Jin, yeah, I guess I liked him. Jin was one I liked.
yeah, he could transform into like this big angel thing. Um,
Mhm.
I played the first game. I thought it was pretty good. Um, I played one on the PlayStation 2 as well. You know, it's you play one of these fighting games, you played them all, as Mark would say. Um, great.
PS2 one was called Tekken Tag Tournament or something.
Yeah, that was the one I played.
Oh yeah, there was a Tekken Tag. Yeah, Tekken Tag was alright.
Yeah, the PlayStation 1 game was the one I played the most. It's pretty good crack. I'd give it a 4 out of 5. What about the rest of yous?
Yeah, I give it a good.
What about you, Warden?
Can't really comment.
Alright,
That
well,
was years ago.
it's too long ago. Right, I'll just give it a good then. Need to find one that Warden's played. Have you played Bomberman? No?
Mainly the Nintendo Switch one. I never really played any of the older Bomberman games.
Right. Should we look for a different one then? Let me see here. Did you play Ape Escape? No Ape Escape either.
Is he?
I know you haven't played Monster Hunter. There's Soul Calibur. I'm just gonna name out like a bunch of ones until you say you've played one of them. Advance Wars. Say that again. Sorry. You're cutting out, Warden. I can't make you out.
Sorry, I'm saying, did you say Monster Hunter?
Monster Hunter, yeah.
Yeah, I played a lot of Monster Hunter Rise.
I played the third game. What did you think of Rise?
Yeah, Rise is pretty good. I never really I played the demo of Monster Hunter World, but I never understood it. But when Rise came out, my mate Ian, he explained it to me. And once I kind of understood it a bit better, I really enjoyed it.
Mm-hmm.
So I would probably give 4 out of 5 for Monster Hunter.
Yeah. I only played Monster Hunter 3, and it's an older game, so it's more repetitive. But from what you do, it's pretty good. You have to like keep your stamina up. You have to go around just hunt these giant monsters. You have to keep whacking at them, and for ages, you're whacking at them for literally 20 minutes until they fall over. But it's probably better in multiplayer, I would say. I'd give it a 4 to 5 because I assume the newer games are better. Right, I'm just gonna say a bunch of series until you say that you've played one of them. Contra. I don't think you played The Sims. What else is there here? Hold on. FIFA. Gran Turismo. What else is it? God's sake. Star Wars. Star Wars Battlefront. Animal Crossing.
Now, when you say Battlefront, when you say Battlefront, do you mean the older Battlefronts or the modern ones?
It just says Battlefront, so I assume it means both of them. I thought the old one was better.
Because the newer Battlefront and Battlefront 2 were really good.
You're talking about the new ones?
Because I never ever played the old ones. It was just the new ones I played and they were pretty decent.
Yeah. Looking at the icon, it looks like it's talking about the new ones. That is.
They're good to play. The multiplayer, it's like playing Battlefield. It is made by DICE after all.
Yeah.
So I would probably give them a 4 out of 5.
Yeah, I think a 4 to 5 is a good place to put it. I played the multiplayer, which is quite good. With different classes you can unlock, like the Jedi's, like Yoda and all those guys. The story.
It was always good to play as, it was always good to play as hero characters.
Yeah.
Like just running about as Palpatine, just shocking everybody.
Yeah. I always played as like the little robot characters. I'd buy like the little robot guys and use them. The story, the story of Battlefront 2, I didn't like the story. I thought the characters were a bit bland. But the gameplay was okay in the story, but I think the multiplayer was better. So 4 out of 5 I think is good for that
Yeah.
one. I'll start naming out other ones here. Kingdom Hearts, Dragon Ball Z, Fire Emblem, Naruto, Klonoa, what else? Burnout, Shantae, Excite Bike, Perfect Dark, Jak and Daxter. No, I never played that one.
I played Jak and Daxter. That was
Alright,
pretty good.
we'll talk about that then. It never worked on my PlayStation 2. We had a copy of it and it never worked. But Joe, what do you think of it? What do you think of it, Joe?
I liked it. It's right up there along with Crash Bandicoot.
Yeah.
I liked it. It was fun to play.
Right. Warden, have you
Graphics are
played
pretty
it?
good.
Have you played it, Warden? No.
You're going to ask me if I played Jak and Daxter?
Yeah.
Oh jeez.
So I
What
know
was that noise?
that was Jill's phone.
It was
No, I've
It was
never
a-
played them.
Okay.
it was an Amber Alert.
Alright. Oh yeah, I forgot your phones do that, don't they, in America?
Yeah.
Jak and Daxter, my childhood. Mark convinced me to put it in a high tier. Write a big speech why you like Jak and Daxter. While you're doing that, we'll move on to the next game.
What's the Amber Alert for? If you don't mind me asking.
Amber Alert is when
Yeah.
like a child gets.
No, but he's asking what
What's
it's
the
what
Amber Alert for?
what is the specific Amber Alert that you got for?
I was trying to tell you, and then you're like, Jow. I'm like, what? I was
Yeah.
Nah, I never heard you. I never heard you speak here, Dafty.
Was a child abducted?
That's what I was trying to get at, and he like already interrupted me. I was like,
Yeah,
oh shit.
could that really be eating us?
Alright, so a
That's
child,
it.
somebody's child was stolen. That's the
That's
gist.
alright then.
Yeah.
One edible.
That's what I was
Thank
trying
God.
to get at. You're like, Jow.
Alright, we'll move on here.
I never heard you speak, so I'll ask the question again. What was the Amber Alert thing for?
And I was just explaining to you what it was. It's when a
Yeah,
kid gets taken away.
I think it's Discord cutout when a child's taken away is what she said.
Yeah.
Alright, I thought for a second Otaku maybe had something worth listening to say.
Yeah. She's saying some kid got stolen. Anyway.
Yeah, that's what it is.
Moving on.
Yeah.
Let me see. I'm gonna name out. Oh, Mark's talking about Jak and Daxter. Jak and Daxter. First game I completed. Second, two big change, new direction for the series. Mind blowing for me. Could have went wrong way, but thankfully I loved it. Jak frees the same. Two finished story arc. Right, Mark. Judging from your comment, I'll give it a 4 to 5. Where's Jak and Daxter? There we are. Right.
I know we already talked about Tekken though.
Damn it, Veggie! It's not all about you. Anyway. What else do we have here? We got Rage. Rage was a pretty good game. Little Big Planet. Shovel Knight.
Little Big Planet was okay. That was cute.
Right, we'll talk about that one then. I'm surprised you played that one because that was on the PlayStation 3.
Yes. Yeah.
Right. Oh,
That was cute.
what'd you like about it,
My
Jen?
son and I played it. it was just cute. 'Cause there was like a two-player on there, and we play on there sometimes where, like, I try to get him to wait his turn on a certain area, and then he just try to go at it. I'm like, you have to synchronize with me. But it was
Yeah.
it was just cute. I really liked it. So
I
I give it a good.
that was one I played with Marky Boy. We were just kind of going through the levels. I think we got a little bit bored of it, but we only played the first one, so I can't comment on the other ones. A 3 out of 5 sounds good to me for Little Big Planet.
Yeah.
What else do we have here? Did anybody play XCOM? The strategy
No.
game? No. Just me.
I played the first one.
Was that the original,
No, I
or
played the first one.
is that like the old 2D
Yeah.
one back in the day? What do you think?
No, this is one version.
The Xbox.
Kinda weird. It was okay.
I think it's a really good game. I put it up there with Company of Heroes. I think the series is really, really good. I played the first and the second game on PlayStation 3 and PC. You control like 3 other people. They're different classes. So one's a sniper, one's a bazooka guy. You build your base as well. And then you sort of like pick where you want your guys to go on the map, and there's like a fog of war. So whenever you go too far, enemies will appear and start shooting at you. So it's quite heart pumping. And another plus is there's a character who's from Belfast, which is very close to where I live, and he talks like, "Right lads, let's get moving," like. So it's the same type of accent that I'm well aware of. So I'm gonna put that on Masterpiece. I thought that game was really good. Anyway,
I can't understand. You sure he was from Belfast?
I was definitely from Belfast. It was a character from Ireland, and he had a
You
Belfast.
sounded like a Glaswegian. You sounded like a Glaswegian when you did that.
There's some guys from Belfast that sound like that, if you can believe it. Say that again.
I was like, you sounded like a Glaswegian. Honey, let's get moving, lads.
But there is some guys from Belfast that do sound like that, so moving on here, we'll talk about I played The Sims. Did you play The Sims, Warden?
Yeah, I played The Sims years ago, and it really wasn't for me.
I liked you could sort of torture the Sims. When I was a kid, I liked to do that. Like not feed them, and they'd like wet the floor. There was a guy, he was so obsessed with keeping fit that he forgot to eat and look after himself. So it was quite funny. Sounds a bit sadistic, but it was good crack. Sims busted out on the GameCube. Marky Boy, feel free to jump in, because I know you've played some of these games.
He talked about Jack and Daxter, which was a game that I've also played.
I know, Mark, we've talked about Jack and Daxter enough. It's time to move on. Let's see.
But that's not on the list.
It's not on the list, kid. Take your Skylanders toys somewhere else. Anyway, FIFA. Not really a fan of FIFA. It's the same game every bloody year.
Yeah, that's not good.
What's that, Warden? Say that again?
Yeah, let's not go there. The only thing I'm going to say is EA Sports. It's in the game.
Yeah. FIFA Street was fun. I like
that was
FIFA.
based on the older FIFAs though.
That's true. FIFA Street 2 was really good.
FIFA 3 was good.
Yeah. It was more of a casual experience. The FIFA games are just the same every year, so I'm going to put them bad just because a lot of them are rubbish. Let me see here. Marky Boy, do you want to talk about Fable? You and me played that one. Um, Fable is a amazing series. I'm actually a big fan of Fable. I have the Fable art book. That's how much I like Fable. It's very colourful. The characters are British and they're brimming of personality. Um, just you have to play it. I recommend you play Fable. It's one of those games you have to play before you die. You can use magic, like speed yourself up, use fireballs. I recommend it to both Warden and Jill. Mark says Fable's fun. I like 3, even though people don't like it. I like the first and second one. Really good games. Did anybody play Time Splitters? Sorry, go ahead, Jill.
I was gonna say Mark also said I don't know if we had discussed it yet, but he did say Ratchet and Clank. That was another one that I played as well.
Yeah. Is Ratchet and Clank on the list here?
Yeah, it's in there.
If I find it, I'll do something with it.
It's somewhere on the bottom-ish.
Let me see.
Not the very bottom, but
Ratchet and Clank. I can't find it. If I come across it, I'll.
Right.
If I come across it, I'll do something with it.
I don't remember where I saw it, but I didn't see it in there.
Warden, did you play Time Splitters? Warden.
You've literally had your mouse over Ratchet and Clank there.
Oh, did I? I wasn't paying attention.
Yeah.
It's near the bottom, is it? Oh, there it is. I find it.
Yeah.
Right, I find it. I
There
find
it
it.
is.
Right, so Marky Boy loves Ratchet and Clank. I never played it. That's a lie. I played a demo of it. That's it. I like the demo. We'll give it a 4 to 5 because Mark hasn't really said that much about it.
Yeah.
Warden, did you play Time Splitters?
No.
Time Splitters is a pretty good co-op game as well. Yeah, that's one I recommend you play as well. What about Driver?
Yeah, I was a big Driver player back in the day.
I'm not gonna lie, I could never get past the Driver 1. I could never get past the start. Do you know when you have to do all the stuff? Like all the tricks before you can get out the car park in the first game? I can never get past that.
Yeah, that's basically when you're doing the interview.
Yeah, I could never get past that. Though I was a kid at the time, so.
I like it. I used to like it. I think it was when you did a specific like, hey man, okay.
Yeah.
You used to kind of like the little voice would come in. Yeah, the story mode of the first Driver is pretty good, and the very last mission is an absolute death. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah. So it's a series you recommend to people
Driver
then?
2 was good because Driver 2 was brilliant because I introduced getting out of the cars.
Yeah.
And there was also hidden cars and hidden areas you could unlock by pressing hidden switches.
Yeah. So what would you rate it then?
4 out of 5.
4 to 5. I give it a 2, so we'll average
The
it.
reason I'm saying that is because Driver 3 went down a slightly different route. Driver 3 was more combat oriented than driving oriented.
Yeah. You know what? We'll give it a 4 because you played a lot more of it than I did.
There is a nice little series I've just spotted in your list as well down the bottom,
What's that?
and that is Fear.
Near, did you say?
Fear.
You're cutting off, Warden.
Fear.
Seer?
Yes.
I can't find it.
It's up near the top, I think.
It's near the top. I can't find it,
Oh, I
Jill.
see it. You just passed it.
Where is it, Jill? Point it out
Gotta
to
go
me.
back down. Go back down. Keep going.
I'm at the
Go
bottom.
down.
Right, so I'm at the
Oh.
bottom.
Now go back up.
Oh, Jesus,
Yeah,
go
it's
up.
in the middle.
It's in the middle. Fear, did you
Yeah,
say?
it's in the middle. Yeah, fear. F-E-A-R.
Oh,
fear.
okay. Oh, I need to
There you go.
grab
It's
it.
next to Splatoon.
It's right next to Splatoon.
There you go.
Right.
Yeah, it's next to Splatoon and Crisis.
Right, well, one at a time. Or Fear. I don't know anything about Fear, so it's all on you, Warden. Do you want to talk about it? I don't know anything about the series, Warden. What do you like about it? Warden?
Can you still hear me?
I can still hear you, yeah.
I can still hear you. I've just had a phone call come to disappear. That was really good combat and really good horror elements. I'd give it a 4 out of 5, but I'm gonna need to disappear now.
That's okay. We'll be ending the stream soon. I think we've covered all the games on the list that we know about. Thanks for taking part anyway, Warden.
No worries.
Right.
Cheers, I'll catch you later.
Alright, see you next time. Bye.
Bye, Warden. Bye.
Right. Marky Boy, do you want to comment on some of these games, the Dragon Ball games? The Dragon Ball games are pretty fun. Multiplayer. All the different characters you can play as. You can play as Chi-Chi, the mother. You can play as a gay character who flirts with a chubby guy. You can play as all the ones you know about. All these obscure characters in the third game. It's pretty good, so I'll put it a 4 to 5. Contra is like a 2D game. Give it a 3 out of 5 because it's quite difficult. But it's like your typical 2D game. I'm just gonna blast through these because I'm the only person talking about them. Perfect Dark. Mark played that one. You star as this attractive woman, and it's like James Bond. You have to go around solving puzzles and killing people. It's pretty good. Give it a 4 to 5. It's co-op as well. What else do we have here? Burnout. I like the Burnout series. One of the best racing series. It's fast. You can power boost everywhere. What was it? You get points you get more boost for banging into people. What else is there? It'd be good if Paul was here, because then Paul could talk about Forza, but oh well. What do we have here? Star Fox is a pretty good game. I played you're flying in a spaceship. I'll just put it in good. Where did Star Fox? Did I? Oh, there it is. Yeah, if you like flying in a spaceship. Kirby's too easy for me. Jill, did you say you played Kirby?
Yeah, I thought I played Kirby, but I've only played it on the what did I say? I played it the little handheld thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna lie, I find Kirby's too easy for me. But you don't really remember it, so you can't really say much if you don't remember.
Yeah.
Rage is a pretty good series. Do you remember you watched me play Rage 2?
Yeah.
That game's pretty fun. You can shoot and you can drive about this desert, and you get all these different abilities like you're a superhero. It's pretty cool. What else do you have here? We have Marky Boy. Feel free to chime in if you see anything. Banjo-Kazooie's okay. I'd give it a 3 out of 5. The second game does my head in. The first game's alright. It really taxes your brain. It's very difficult puzzles, but it's pretty good. I give it a 3 out of 5. We're coming near the end here. Out of all the games I've played, Ape Escape is a pretty fun game. Where'd Ape Escape go? I think I lost it. There it is. 3 out of 5 because I haven't played enough of it. But you run around catching monkeys. What's not to love? you watched me play that game before, Jill.
Yeah.
It was the time whenever Mark was simping to you very hard. Mark, you never played Last of Us. I don't think you've played The Last of Us, have you? Splinter Cell, I played the one on the Wii U, Blacklist. It's a really good game. I've only played one game, so I'll give it a 4 just because I've only played one game. But if you like stealth games, you'll love that one. What else we got here? Oh, you beat it? Okay, let's say more about it, Mark. What do you like about it? While I try to find it here. The Last of Us? Where the hell is The Last of Us?
What game was that?
The Last of Us.
Oh, Last of Us.
This guy in my work said it was his favorite game, but I never played it. I can't find it, Mark. I'm sure it's in there somewhere. But I can't find it.
Yeah, I don't even see it.
Oh, I see it. I found it. Mark, give it a 5. Mark, try to give us a reason why you like it. Kid Icarus, I played that. It's like a game on the 3DS. You're 3D. It's pretty fun. It's made by the creators of Smash Bros. You go around shooting people in the air and then you're on the ground running about. It's pretty fun. What else do we have here? Walking Dead, the game. All I can say, more characters, storyline. Fair enough. Max Payne 3 was pretty good. You're like this drunk guy. You can dive in slow motion, and it's a third-person shooter. Pretty fun. Let me see, what else do we have here? Civilization. I played the 6th game. It's a little bit too complex for me. There's too many bells and whistles. Too many things to do. But from what it is, it's pretty good. Assassin's Creed's okay. It gets very repetitive, and you stick to stuff too easily. But when it's good, it's good. I don't like the boss fights either. They're too quick. But sneaking about's pretty fun and assassinating people. Kingdom Hearts, from what I played, I liked it, but I didn't play enough of it. Shantae was very difficult, never played enough of it. Super Monkey Ball, fantastic wee series. Rolling about in a ball, solving puzzles. Pretty fun. Assassin's Creed 4 gameplay and collectibles fun, story a bit meh. Yeah, I know what you mean, Mark. There's a character that was supposed to be a girl. No, there's a character that was a guy, and I seen it. First time I seen that character, I was like, "You're a girl dressed up as a guy." Then to the end of the game, they made this big reveal. Oh, I'm really a girl, and I was saying, "Really? No shit, Sherlock. I knew you were a girl since the beginning." She was a rough-looking girl, but I knew she was a girl. Anyway, what else do we have here? Let me see. Animal Crossing, not my type of game, but I like it. It's like building your own house and all that stuff, collecting stuff, fishing. Jill's a girl. Yeah, but Jill never dresses. Jill never tried to convince us she was a guy, so. True Crime, too long ago since I played it. I think we're coming at the end here. Deep Blob was okay. Again, it's been too long since I played it. Right, I'm just going to take one quick glance. I think this is all the games that I've played and what everyone else has played. Yeah, I think that is it. Now all we have to do is, do you see on these lists, the ones at the left, the games at the left are the best. So,
Yeah.
so we're looking at Masterpiece here. Zelda's first. Resident Evil, Metroid. God, this is very difficult, isn't it? Marky boy, help me out here. Let me see.
So what are you
It's
trying to do now?
from left is the best, right is the worst.
No.
So I have Zelda as the best,
Okay.
and you go through each row. So it's the first row, then the second row, then the third row.
Oh.
So I'm trying to organize these. This is very, very difficult to judge.
Yeah.
Hold on. I've done that the best I can. Mark's not even gonna attempt it. Right, very good. I like Sonic better than Halo. Spyro's pretty good. Put Spyro there. Batman's pretty good. Put it fourth. Dragon Ball Z was pretty good. Rage is pretty good. Jesus, this is fucking tricky. You know what? I'm gonna do the shitty ones first.
Right.
Because there's less ones there. This is freaking tricky. I've probably given myself too difficult of a task here. It's just that many games. It's very hard to rank them all. You know what? I think we'll just leave it there. So I can save that. How do I save this? That's the question. Share to Facebook. I'll share to Facebook. And I'll make it private. Mark had the right idea. Mark had the right idea. He's like, no, I'm not even gonna attempt this. You know, but that is the list. Let's see if I can. No. I need to make this smaller. Hold on. And then I need to take a wee screenshot. I'll take a wee screenshot here. And then show Warden it at the end since he had to leave. Right. Right, so that's me logged in here. Yeah. Alright, I'll just post that on the I'll post that on the images section of my Discord.
That was fun.
Yeah, it was interesting. We should do this again. Yeah. Maybe for my next stream we'll do this again. Do like before I'll just write here game franchises ranked just so people know what it is. Right, so well before I end the stream there was a different one that I seen that's we're obviously not gonna do it, but I'm just gonna show you what it is. Just an idea for the next stream. And of course I can't find it now. Hold on. Video.
You could try the movie one sometime too.
Yeah, I might be able to find it now. Let me see here. Hot video game babes. I don't think you would like to do that one, Jill.
No.
Right. Here's one for video game characters. We could do this one next time. Talk about, you know, like the video game characters in games. So we could do that next time.
Yeah.
Another idea is movies. Let's get movies up here.
I feel like that would be a little bit harder though.
Yeah. Let me see. So there's, for the movies, there is Marvel characters, best to work. No, Marvel characters. What else is there? Best films ever. We could do that. Disney, all Disney animated films. We could do that. Maybe that would entice AK to come on.
Right.
Like the Disney films. We could do that one next time. It's actually not a bad idea. You know what? I'll save that one. For next, I'll save the link to that one so I don't lose it. So we'll probably do that one next time. I think that's a good idea.
Alright.
We'll see if there's anything else here. Smash or pass? I don't think so. So we did video game franchises. There's one of there's one of actual video games. Do you know, like specific games? That'll probably be a bit harder. Jesus, somebody put the bloody eye toy in that list. Which is like it's like a little camera on the PlayStation 2. There's Pokemon ones, plenty of Pokemon ones. I would say we'll probably do the movie one next time. So, video game controllers, Mario games, Sonic games. I find it. Video game characters. I find it. That'll be a good one to do as well. Okay. So what else do we have here? Yeah, so we've got options anyway, and of course there's silly ones as well, like, you know, like ranking ice cream or ranking potato chips. You know, there's silly ones like that too. But there's plenty to think about anyway. Female cartoon hotties. There's there's like ones about Genshin Impact, Warden's favorite game. Oh yeah, Mark, that reminds me, I was telling everybody how much you loved Rayman Origins. Anyway, I think we'll end the stream here. It's gone on for about 3 hours and we've ended the tier list.
That's pretty good.
Yeah, so that was good. I got everybody on. Couldn't ask for a better trial for this. So maybe next week we'll do this again. Oh.
Okay.
Yeah. Anyway, I'll see you both later.
Alright, well, you have a great night.
Aye, take care, Jill. You too.
Bye.
Bye.
Oh, yeah, you too. Bye.
See you then. Right, Marky boy. Thanks for coming on. See you later, kid. Say the outro.
I gotta call the plant and warn them.
The fingers you have used to dial are too fat. To obtain a special dialing wand, please mash the keypad with your palm now.